Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of SNKronize. Let us know at home if you guys can hear us, if volume is working and everything. I see Liquor Spine saying hello. Hello.
Hello. I'm assuming the audio is good on my side as well.
Yep, hopefully you guys can hear Mike as well. So, yep, there we
Perfect.
go. Perfect. Thank you, sir. So,
Uh,
yeah, it's gonna be a chill day today. Obviously, we would love to be able to continue to regale you with all of these stories from Japan, but unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to do that today. So,
yeah. Well, first and foremost, you'll notice that there's only two of us, and that we are digital at the moment. So Kitty has family stuff to take care of, so she's out helping her family do nonsense and stuff. And as you may have seen on Twitter, I've been sick, and I'm trying not to get James sick. So
appreciate
I'm going digital
that.
to do that. Yeah, I mean, at least I don't sound like Stephen Bloom anymore, but I'm still pretty rough.
Oh man, but
If you
yeah.
haven't
So,
seen those tweets, you should totally check them out. They're pretty hilarious.
and thank you, Easy Carnage. Appreciate it. Appreciate the sub as well as Noah's Wild for the sub. So, appreciate you guys out there. So, what are you doing? What?
They're saying love the content, and I was like,
Oh,
hey, and I was
okay.
like, oh no,
I
it's
thought you were
mostly
gonna
him.
do this, like we were trying to.
Not
Like,
this time. Maybe later. Maybe
okay,
later.
okay, fair, fair. So yeah,
Uh,
obviously we got through one whole day of Japan last time. So, but
and,
lots
and
of
some
other
bonus
things going on.
content. Like we did get to talk about Zen Market at least,
Yes, for sure, for
which
sure.
which we were very overdue for. I planned on trying to get to that in the first day of Japan talk because I wanted to announce the contest and everything.
Right, right.
So with that in mind, tonight I will be working with you to set up the final draft of the tweet so that we can put the contest up and start the contest first thing tomorrow morning. I think is how we're going to want to do it.
Okay, sounds
Because
good. Sounds good.
we'll do the normal raffle thing, and then like retweet and follow these accounts, blah 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 blah.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
But
But outside of
I'd love to
that,
see people win some prizes.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Get nice, cool swag. Anytime we can give away cool swag is fun.
Yeah. And
So
then the thing is, like giving away cool stuff is one thing, but giving away basically like currency so people can buy cool stuff that they really want, that makes me feel pretty good.
that's the crazy part, right? Because some of the prizes for this end market thing is literally just credit, so that if you find whatever you want on Zen Market, you can just use them and
Yeah.
and basically buy some cool shit from Japan.
Yeah, and one thing I think it was about a month or two ago they started a promotion where if your order is small enough, then they will like go out of their way to try to give you a discounted rate on shipping, so you're not paying $50 to ship a $10 item kind of thing.
Jesus. Wow.
So
Okay.
like if it's
Okay.
really tiny, they're like, you know what, we'll just throw you an envelope, you'll be fine.
Right. Right.
So I haven't done that because I always order a billion things at once, but um, my Mary collection is at the point now where I have to buy things that I'm not sure are legitimate just to be safe.
I mean,
Like, it's so
it's hard because
brutal.
you gotta it's hard to reach. I mean, I just tweeted to Markman recently too because he was like, oh, buying some random fighting game stuff, and I was like, dude, fighting game stuff is hard to find in Japan, man. So yeah, gotta start collect.
I don't need more Metal Slug stuff, but god damn, I want one of those backpacks.
Can you send me a link to that, dude? I should just put
Oh
that
yeah,
up
yeah. Give me a
on
sec. Yeah, we
stream.
we definitely should just share that. That thing is so freaking cool. All
Yeah.
right. Copy link. Sending to James via Twitter DM.
Okay.
Ooh-yah. And then just go ahead and open the actual Famitsu link.
Oh, okay. In the tweet, right?
Yeah, within the tweet.
Yeah. Okay.
Bro, they just announced these like today.
Yeah, some cool metal slug items, right? So let me see if I can get this to work over
Oh,
here.
I mean, yeah, totally. I totally need the Metal Slug Tactics. I need that in my veins so badly.
Yeah.
But, bro, some nice watches and backpacks themed after Marco and Tarma.
Yeah,
Bro.
check this out, dude. Check this out. Look at this. This backpack looks so. I like. I wish there was more pictures of like the pockets for like where you can throw the pens and everything, you know, and all the little trinkets and stuff. Because that's kind of one of the things that I need to check out. But I've been looking for a good, you know, travel backpack for a while right now, and I haven't had like a great travel backpack in such a long time. But this thing looks really, really nice.
Yeah, yeah, no, it definitely is compatible. It's got, you know, it's very very heavily military inspired without like being aggressively so, and I really appreciate that. And if you actually look in one of the other pockets, you can see the inner lining is a Metal Slug print.
You're talking about this one right here, right? Oops.
Yeah, I think so.
What's the close button?
Pop-ups. Why?
Which one's the close button? This one?
Probably. There we go.
Oh, it might have been a "you're leaving the site" link or something like that. Yeah,
that's okay. But yeah, like if you see the inner lining there, it's a Metal Slug print. You could probably like right click and open a new tab or something.
I just zoomed in the page. Right
that'll
here,
do.
So.
Yeah. And then I have a friend who actually does really like and collect high-end watches, so I know he's going to be really considering one of these.
That's on the backside. That's so cool.
And then one thing I noticed from what I was showing James earlier is the backpacks actually have the dog tag for their respective character attached.
Oh, yeah. If you go over here.
It's like right here on the side zipper, yeah. There's a dog tag. And I'm like, it's so cool. Want it. But I don't need to be dropping like $150 on a backpack right now. But fuck, it's so cool.
Is that how much it is right now?
I mean, it might be closer to like 130 given the exchange rate. But yeah, it's like 16,000 yen or something like that. Maybe even more. I don't remember offhand. But it's somewhere in that ballpark.
Okay. Yeah, that's a shame because, like I said, I've been looking for a much better backpack than the one that I have right now because my backpack was more designed for like kind of worky kind of things, you know what I mean? So less of a travel backpack. If I could find one, because the other thing I like about this backpack is it's very rectangular, which means it'll serve really, really well for my use my backpack as a pillow tech when I travel, you know. Because one of the best ways to sleep, honestly, is to put down the food tray and then put the backpack on top of that and then sleep like that. So
reasonable.
Yeah, that's one of the best ways for me to actually sleep on an airplane. And so the rectangular nature of this seems really nice, but yeah. Honestly.
Yeah, and I mean, you could be really like cheesy, like you can be really cheeky with it, and, like shove padding into those top pouches.
Yeah, I definitely do stuff like that. Yeah, to make my backpack softer.
Yeah, if I wore watches, I'd be interested, and I don't collect them, so I'm like, I'm not the target audience, but I do know people who are. So,
I mean, this is a complete tangent, but watches are so fascinating to me because like nobody really wears watches anymore these days, right? And you know, you remember the old Dick Tracy days, you know, it was you had the watch and you had all the cool features on it. And it's just because it got replaced by the phone, right? Like they didn't think about the fact that everybody would have a phone in their pocket.
I still think like fundamentally the like Apple Watch is one of the smartest ideas ever because it just combines the two kind of thing.
That's true. Yeah.
But, everyone else like wearing a watch nowadays is purely an aesthetic choice. Like you just want to be able to do it, or you want to not have a reason to grab your phone or something like that.
Or you're used to it. You've been doing it forever, right? So
I mean one of the people I know that wears a watch is significantly younger than me, but it's an aesthetic choice. He just thinks it's fucking cool.
Nice. Okay.
So I'm like, you know, good on you. I got tired of pinching hard hair.
Look at this. It's so cool. Oh, man. 1 up equals 2? What does that mean right there?
Who's my what?
It says 1 up equals 2.
Oh, like how many continues you have left or lives you have left?
Oh, maybe. Okay.
I can't even see it on here.
Yeah, if I zoom it in, it won't let me zoom in unless I open it in a new tab.
Because now you've got the frames going on, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And it won't even let me open the image in a new tab. Correct. That's awesome.
Whatever. Anyways, the watches and backpack are rad. They're a little pricey, but if you can afford it and you want it, you know, you're probably going to go ahead and get it. And in a worst
So
case scenario, you could always use Zen Market to go
do you,
obtain it.
you
Oh
see it
Jesus,
now?
that is way up in there.
Yeah, see, 1 up
Yeah,
equals
yeah, that's
2.
definitely remaining lives.
So is this also just a graphic from the game as well? This
Yeah.
little orange bar? Okay. Nice.
So the watches I think are around like 200 to 250 ish dollars, depending on the currency exchange rate, and then the backpack's like 130 to 160 ish,
Right.
depending on exchange rate, somewhere around there, like in
Yeah.
U.S. dollars. I think it's I think it's like 16,000 and like 24,000 each for like respectively.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like to me like a lot of these things are more for collector stuff. Obviously the backpack you could use, but at the same time, I would be almost sad to use the backpack and get it destroyed over the course of time.
Dude,
So
I have that problem so bad with so much of my clothing. Like I have the Geese hoodie, the Geese Howard hoodie from Hardcore Chocolate.
oh yeah, there you go.
I have yet to even open it, much less wear it, because like I don't want to mess it up. And it wasn't even
Yeah.
like that horrifically expensive, but it's just special. I still haven't worn that Freakazoid T-shirt that I got at the convention.
I mean, I'm already feeling bad when I wear my Tetris shoes everywhere, but
Yeah.
they look nice, so I'm just gonna do it. So, and they're the only
So
nice shoes that I own. So, when I
also,
go to
Ragnar, for the
FGC
record,
events, when I go to
uh,
FGC events, I have to have some form of drip, so I gotta wear my Tetris shoes.
oh
So,
naughty.
oh
But
man,
Ragnar, when the SNK online shop closed, the Hardcore Chocolate stuff that was in their store was marked down to about half price. So that's when I actually scooped up my Geese hoodie. So
okay,
I got it down
okay.
to like $40 or something like that, which was a steal.
Yeah, where are these things gonna be on sale? Actually, they
I
haven't
think
said.
they're online pre-order only. They're
Oh,
actually made to order. They're like, we've made a few of these to show you what they are. But yeah, they're apparently supposed to be made to order. They're only making as many as are pre-ordered.
dang, that's
Which also
crazy.
then therefore means if you're a bad person, if you buy one, you can probably sell it for a hell of a lot in a few years.
Right.
But
Yeah.
this is SNK stuff, so there's, a whole 10 of us who really go out of our way to collect it.
But you
So
guys
finding the buyer
exist.
for that hell of a lot is the hard part.
Yeah. But you guys are out there, man. So.
Yeah, God help me if they ever make high-end Mary merchandise like this. I'm
Oh
fucked.
Jesus, yeah. If they make like a really nice Mary jacket, I think you're done, huh?
SNK should be listening. I would totally buy Mary's jacket. Any of them. I really want the Memories of Stray Wolves or the KOF 11 one, that what has like the 8 ball and it's all purple or something. I
Oh
would wear the shit out of that.
yeah. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Lurker Spine found the link for it. So, yeah. So here you go. There you go.
Yeah.
So 18,700 yen for the backpack. So yeah, about $150. And then the watch is probably about around like 200 and what $30 or something like that.
What's the number?
25300.
Oh, that's actually probably about 210, maybe even like
Okay, okay.
almost 200.
There you go.
The exchange rate's really favorable right now.
Yeah. So if this is something that you wanted to collect, now is the time.
Now is absolutely 181. Jesus.
Wait, that's you just found the exchange calculation or something?
Yeah, I mean you could just Google it.
Oh, I see. I see. Dang,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, no, the
Wow.
exchange rate is really bad for them right now, which is really good for
Oof.
us right now.
Dang. So how much is that backpack? 187 187 100 yen to USD. That's $134 right now. It's $134.
Yeah. And you know what the thing is that like so yeah, 100 yen to 72 cents. That's an improvement over 6 months ago or so.
Jeez.
I think it got all the way down to like 68 or something like that. Like it was really bad.
Dang. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, if this is something that you want to collect, time is now.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I'm kind of glad I'm not a bigger hardcore Metal Slug fan because I would feel like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Don't
65 was the lowest. Yeah,
don't wait
65.
till the future to buy it. The future is now.
Work. Why don't you help me? Yeah, that is also correct. You should absolutely go to Zen Market and pick up model kits.
Yeah.
Which,
And then-
it's a perfect segue. Thank you. So a friend of ours by the name of Xenodragon
Oh, right.
ended up sending us a care package. And so, personally, I want to verbally thank you because that was super fucking awesome. And we got a lot of cool stuff in there. The three of us each got special little gifts dedicated to us. And the reason for the segue is that after all the jokes about Kitty and Gundam and Death Scythe Hell costume and everything, he actually sent her a Death Scythe Gunpla. And we're just like, fucking A, alright.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool
have
stuff.
Some of the other stuff over here I'm going to show because it's really freaking cool. And
Should we show him?
I just want to really thank you.
I mean, should we show him this way, or should we wait until we have a live show so we can show him on the wide camera and everything?
So I'm going to show the simple, easy stuff right now, and then we can show the cooler, bigger stuff later.
Okay. Nice.
So right now, so one of the things that was in the care package is he found out /knows /whatever that I actually really love the marquee sets from Arcade Cabs, and so he's like, hey, do you want some of these marquees? I was like, yeah, I mean, I would love to get those off your hands. He's like, cool. They're not English ones. Is that gonna be a problem? I'm like, nah. So he sends over a couple of like complete marquee sets from a few games, and they're all in Spanish.
Which means more people want them.
So, except for this one, so this one is the 99 base marquee sheet. This one actually is in English, which is kind of rad. Then he has the complete.
Dude, the condition
99
is
marquee.
amazing on that, dude.
What?
I said the condition is amazing on that, dude. It looked brand new.
I mean, it kind of might be, like, virtually unused. And so here is the complete 99 marquee set.
Oh,
Got the card for the 4 slot right there. It's got the, like,
Yeah.
ones you hang up on the wall.
Oh,
Got a bunch of, like,
the
cool
card
stuff.
for the slots.
Actually, yeah, the little slot parts. Mm-hmm. Oh, God, I didn't open these. There's more.
But wait, there's more.
Fucking A. So not only is it got the complete marquee set stuff, it has the sheet for the dip switch settings.
Whoa.
Bro, I didn't even open them. What the... The rest of the marquee poster, complete with
Nice.
whip. And then, as I open it up and look further, I'm like, oh, there's more in here. Oh. A second one of the back sheet. All right, that's
Okay.
cool. And then, as something that would very directly appeal to me, reel about 2
Whoa.
marquee pieces.
Wait. Wow.
And the dip settings sheet.
Jeez. It's
Now-
so crazy because, like, so many of these things that they used to send arcades and stuff like that, they're just like, here's this, whatever. And then, you know, people are like, all right, use them, throw them away, whatever. And, you know, who knew that, you know, 20 years later we'd be trying to collect all this shit, right?
I mean, it's better than trading cards for me. Because,
Right,
like, these
yeah,
have,
yeah.
like, history attached to them, and they had a purpose.
Right. Trading cards are designed specifically for you to hold and hope to gain value kind of thing, you know?
Okay. Now, this one, I'm opening these now because I don't know what the hell it's... Oh my god, there's a lot in here. Okay, this looks like it's 2 complete sets. Oh, shit. Okay,
Live
so this
reaction. Hey,
Indeed, it's 2 sets.
Mike, can
of
you
this marquee.
do one of these faces? There you go. So now I can actually use
Thumbnail.
that for thumbnails, you know. Olaf reacts to care package, you know.
So, I want to show you it in Spanish first. Because, for the culture. Because this very much is indeed the 98 marquee set.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Which obviously must be in Spanish.
Laban is
However-
jealous.
also included the English one.
Oh, dang, the English ones are
And
there.
I didn't know that.
Nice, nice.
So yeah, it only has the actual like control schemes for Japan, Fatal Fury, and Art of Fighting, and everyone else just good luck, learn, whatever. And then the dip settings. And then yeah, then the same. Oh my god, this is actually better than I thought it was. What the fuck, man? Thank you, bro. Okay, and there's still one more little thing to show you of these sets. Well, now I gotta see what else is in this one.
Jeez.
This one will probably resonate a little bit better with you, at least a little bit. Just a little.
Curious. Okay.
Trying to put the 98s back in the sleeve.
Yeah, all carefully and everything, right?
Or at least not horribly. You know what? I will just do it later. It's fine.
Thank you for the gift sub, Tab2GG. Appreciate it.
Sam Show 4.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay, okay. Hey, look who's in the chat, Mike. So.
Yeah, no, huge pleasant surprise there.
Yeah,
Yep.
and again,
So,
thank you very much. I honestly, like, I was gonna DM you and just be like, I don't know what I did to deserve that, but yeah, he sent me some stuff too. So
yeah, but we're saving that one for later on when he gets to like open it up and take a look and everything.
Yeah,
He still hasn't come down and fully collected everything and found a spot for them. So
yeah. I mean, once I grab them, I'm also going to have to run over to... Oh, there you go. Look at Lurker Spy and giving Xano Dragon a sub in the chat. Nice. Thank you, Lurker Spy.
Yeah, the thing is, I actually just looked at these. I was like, oh, that's fucking sweet. I didn't actually open them because I'm always like, let's leave them safe in their little package you made and everything. And now I'm like, oh, Jesus, there's more.
Yeah, but I mean, after I get my...
The Real Bout 2 was a pleasant, like, surprise.
Yeah, I mean, I may even open up my stuff soon because I'm actually thinking maybe of heading over to Oryx tomorrow now because he could actually help me install a lot of the Darksoft stuff. So, spoilers of what Xenodragon sent me. So...
And then this last one of these is a really cute one. So this one was actually clearly used because it was laminated to be wall mounted. So this one actually had an arcade home, which means it has some more history to it. I'm curious. But it's the wall marquee for 2002.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Nicely laminated. Man.
Neo Geo, play more.
Lamination always has this weird, good space in my heart, to be honest with you, because when my parents owned a video store, whenever we made member cards for everybody, we would do the things and then we'd run it through the little lamination machines. And then also,
when I was a kid, I thought the lamination machine was the coolest thing in the world.
I wanted to laminate everything, dude.
Okay, I have something on the topic of lamination I do need to tell you.
Okay.
That's actually relevant, but I have one more thing to show you before we continue.
Okay.
KOF 11 move list marquee stickers.
Oh, that's so nice, dude.
In Chinese.
In Chinese, nice. I don't know what fighters is. I don't know how you say fighters in Chinese, but I know that king is Wang, so it'll be something Wang. I'm not sure what it is. I have to look it up. But yeah, I mean, in terms of the because having my parents own the video store, we used to laminate the cards, and then also that's where I learned how to shrink wrap things too, because we used to shrink wrap all the video boxes, put the styrofoam in them and then shrink wrap them. So I actually got really good at shrink wrapping things a long time ago.
So while we were in Japan, we found another dollar store that's it's kind of like Daiso and stuff like that, and it's called Seria. Okay. And Seria is fucking amazing, and they actually have a lot of really cool stuff for like if you're a collector or you geek out or you go to like idol shows or whatever. Like they have glow sticks and just whatever you need for whatever. And one of the things we saw there is a type of display case that rather than being like a box, it's like a picture frame and it comes with like 2 layers of laminated sheet plastic, and you just suspend your item in the frame.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And so
Okay.
it's called like a membrane display frame or something. And
Oh,
so if you want to like just have like a trading card floating in a frame, you're good for that. But what Kitty
right.
did is she put like sakura petals in it. So she just has a little flower floating in the frame, and it's the
Oh, that's
coolest.
so cool. But I mean, it would be perfect for like things that you get from concerts or whatever, like so flat things that you can just like
Yeah.
throw in
Or
there.
just small enough that it can clasp and close over
Oh,
it.
that's so cool. That's
So
dude,
yeah.
Japan is the best in terms of how to display shit, like when I tried to get a case for my Amaterasu little figure, like I had to go online and like find everything and go to Amazon. It was super expensive just to find it. And then like you want to display anything. I just want to put things on like staired stands, so that they could display, and it's like impossible. And I know you brought back a million things from Japan that actually yeah, exactly. See, stuff like that, like Japan just knows to make shit like that so collectors can display things. It's weird how the
Dude,
American market is so bad at giving things for people to display collections that every motherfucker who displays everything in this country uses a detolf.
dude, and the fact that detoffs are like 100 something bucks now is ridiculous.
Yeah, they were like $60 before,
Also,
dude.
Rock Bogard, you are correct. They do sell stuff like that at Daiso, and I love
Yeah,
Daiso for being the
yeah,
only place you can get shit like
yeah.
that.
I
But,
mean,
but, there's still stuff that's really easy to get in Japan that is brutal out here. Like, getting an acrylic box, like a foot by a foot of any kind, even if it's like really cheap, shitty, like
right?
thin
Yeah, yeah,
concrete.
yeah. Uh huh.
When we were in Japan, we went to a like hobby shop, and I just picked one up for like $10, and their display for just showing the box was one of the coolest fucking things I've ever seen. They like turned it into an entire concert stage with prop rigging for all the light
Yeah,
fixtures and everything, and it was just there to show you the box.
yeah. I mean, it was crazy because like I remember seeing a picture taken. So one of my favorite musical artists is Lights, right? Out there, and she's a big geek as well, collects all these video game stuff. She just took a picture one time, and I saw it in the background of her home. There's just all these detolfs there with all displaying
Mhm.
all their stuff, and it's just like, man, like this chick could afford so much, and she's still getting just the detolfs because it's literally the only options that we have. Which is, if anybody doesn't know what a detolf is, I mean, you're not a geek, but like that's the glass case that's from
I mean,
IKEA,
okay,
basically.
the acrylic staircase that I just pulled out, I pulled off the top of my Detolf.
Right, right.
I used to have like 3 of them, and then I ended up having to get rid of them for one reason or another. I had bought one new one in 2016, and that's the one I've been using like ever since.
Right.
And
Yeah.
they're not great; they're just acceptable. And it's actually a huge, funny enough, it's a huge problem because they're real glass, which means that if things go bad, things go really bad.
Yeah. Uh huh. Yep.
Yeah, they
Here it
are
is.
they are like aluminum frame, glass, and plywood.
Yeah.
That's it.
This is the detolf right here. So, and yeah, look at this, $100, and that's even $30 off over here, dude. Like
Yeah,
it's
they used to
crazy.
be like 50 and 60.
Yeah. When I got mine, I know it was like 60 something, dude. I know these things are very cheap, but the
Yeah,
problem
oh
with
yeah, and,
these.
and they have really shitty plastic feet at the bottom.
Yeah, and the other thing that makes them really actually not even that great is that obviously you can see it's divided into 4, but there's no way to adjust the heights of the shelves.
Yep.
There's no way
Which,
to
which
adjust.
which really sucks if you have like a 1/4 scale statue. That's 2 shelves. You have to pull one
Yeah.
out to make it fit.
And then, or even shittier, if you want to display a bunch of small things, because then you're wasting a bunch of real estate at the top. And that's why I want like little
Mhm.
staircase things for display. You know what I mean? So like,
So, so something I've kind of wanted to dig into a little bit. So when we were in Japan, obviously I didn't find anything of Mary that I didn't have.
Right.
Which really, actually, more to a point, I didn't find anything of Mary. End statement. But I digress. Well, I had to spend my money on collecting some sort of waifu, didn't I? So now I have a really impressive collection of Mirko from My Hero Academia, and that's going to continue to grow, and she's taking up an entire DTOF shelf right now.
Whoa. Okay. Okay. Mirko, what's it's from My Hero Academia? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Mirko is best girl in the series, free.
Which one is she? I know you probably.
She's the tan skin, white haired bunny girl.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. See, I know I've seen her in like from you at some point. So there you go.
Oh yeah. But yeah, and so I was like, well, I need things to display and everything. So I also ended up getting like cool little acrylic cases for keychains and stuff. Pardon me.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So on the subject though, so trying to get a nice, cheap, shitty acrylic case for displaying a figure of some kind. Your options are go to Daiso and hope your figure fits in the 3 options they give you. You travel internationally and buy all the cool shit in Japan, or the next best fucking option that like has any amount of saving you money. I bought some clear acrylic shoe boxes from Costco.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, the Amaterasu that I have was definitely designed for it might have been a football display. It might have been a football display.
No, and so that's the thing. If you go to any of the art stores like Michael's or whatever, and you go to their display case section and then shadow boxes and stuff, that shit's like $80.
Yeah. Yep. And again, the thing that I got for Amaterasu was over $100 that I got it because that was back when I was working. So
Yeah, but no, you know what? Pardon me.
I mean, I still want to display my NES Rob, which is in excellent condition, and I have everything there. Yeah,
this is a shoebox from Costco.
Right, for displaying something like your Nikes, right? So
yeah. But it works great, and for its size, this is the actual cheapest thing you can get consistently in America right now.
Yeah.
This is like $30 for like 4 or 5 of them.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet. And this is the Build-A-Bear Sylveon. I love her.
I gotta look at that thing again and see if NES Rob would fit into it. My biggest problem is
I don't know. He's kind of chunky.
My recollection of the size of Rob is that it's kind of big, but I was smaller when I played with Rob,
Rob's kind of chunky. He might fit vertically, maybe.
Yeah, but like I said, I have my Rob. He's in excellent condition. If I just wipe him down a little bit, I'm sure he'll be in pristine condition. And I just want to display it because is
that the actual dimensions he needs to fit in a box?
Is that the Rob dimensions, or what dimensions are those, Lurker Spine? And what is this acrylic case?
Of a shoebox, yeah. Yeah, I really want to get into acrylic working and just start making my own boxes and shit, and then maybe eventually build my own fish tank. Would be fucking
that would
really
be
cool to do.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Arik had some crazy stuff that let him build fucking acrylic boxes. I swear to God.
The thing is, like building with acrylic isn't actually that bad. It's just having the space and real estate and the ability to clean it up.
Yeah.
Because anything you see online, most of the time what they do is you sandwich it between something really sturdy, almost like a vise, and then you score it with a blade, and then you just break it along your scoring, and you're good to go.
Right. I mean, this is kind of what this link that investigation comb put up here. It looks like someone is making their own acrylic box over here or something.
Rob's got to be more than 9.5 inches tall.
See, that's the thing, is it's not. I don't think. I think it's pretty small.
I thought he was like 12 to 13. I thought he was a lot bigger than that.
Yeah, but it's like I said,
I've seen one recently. One of our local game stores has one on display as their business card holder.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, but see, I want more than the ROB because I also have the gyromite set up, so I want to display the whole gyromite setup as well.
That's not happening. Not even close.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because he's too tall to fit in it like horizontally,
Oh,
and all
I
that
see. Yeah.
way too big to fit in any other way.
Yeah, so I mean, I have the whole gyromite thing with the buttons and the spinner and everything like that. So I actually legitimately beat both modes of gyromite the legit way.
Why?
Because it was fun and it was challenging.
I agree with one of those things.
Because it was actually like it was shockingly well designed too. Because when you put the top on the button, it would only spin for a certain amount of time and it would fall off eventually, right? And because what was neat was that a lot of the stages that they created were designed to almost be perfect timing. Like they just knew how long the top would spin, and so things that you had to do to like move the top up and down.
So basically, it's one of those games that you have to play it for a while before it actually becomes fun.
Yeah.
Because I played like the first few levels and I was like, okay, I get it, that's cute, and I just walked away.
Yeah, once you start,
it gets fun, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it gets fun in the way that like they'll do things where because they know it takes time for Rob to like drop the drill down and stuff like that, you have to dodge the enemies while you're like waiting for the like issuing the Rob commands and stuff. So it got a little tricky.
Protecting yourself from zombies while you manually crank an elevator.
Right.
Got it.
And then the second mode was when he was sleepwalking, so you couldn't control him, so it was only Rob. And so a lot of them were timed exactly right for how fast Rob moved and put things up and down and stuff. It was actually kind of neat.
Like that.
Yeah.
So one of the games that was a spiritual successor to Gyromite never came out in America. And I saw it when I was in Japan. I was this close to buying it.
Because I know they had Stack'em. I never played Stack'em, which was the other Rob game that came out.
So the spiritual successor to at least Mode 2 of Gyromite is Mario and Wario. It was a game. It was a game for the SNES mouse. That game is awesome.
God, the SNES mouse.
I was like,
dude, I bought Mario Paint for the SNES mouse because I was so confident in the future that one of those Koei Romance of the Three Kingdom games would eventually adopt the mouse, and it never did. So, but Mario Paint was really cool. Although I never got good enough with it.
I still have some of the default songs from Mario Paint in my brain etched there. No, I mean like the default songs, like the boom boo doo doo meow doo doo.
Oh yeah. Oh, the ones in the Music Maker. Yeah. No,
if you don't remember like the actual Mario Paint songs, like I don't know what to tell you, but like the templated Music Maker songs, even those. Dude, like the fly swatting minigame is just one of the greatest things ever.
Oh yeah. The music in that game was so good.
Oh yeah, and so speaking of, like the baby sound and all the shit in the fucking in Mario Paint's Music Maker, have you ever looked at all the note block options in Mario Maker?
Oh, are they all the same?
Most of them.
That makes
Most of them are from Mario Paint.
I mean, the coolest thing is, when they people made, obviously the Mario Paint Music Maker was really limited, but online that they've created the full robust ones. You could just find they've made it so that you could put all the different speed of notes and everything, added a few more sounds, and then they were just like,
and then let you save a song like a minute and a half long rather than like 20 seconds.
And it's like people have made some really sick things in that. So yeah,
Through the Fire and Flames in Mario Paint is about the funniest fucking thing in the world.
Are you serious? Oh my god. I mean, we were just talking about this, what was it, yesterday or something like that? Or no, I was talking about it with my brother and our other friend, but it's just like, it's crazy to me how like there's something super appealing about like 8-bit music and 16-bit music. Like, it's not even just nostalgia, because like my brother was saying that like his kids love 8-bit music. Like they love the 8. There's just something so timelessly
it's like primal.
yeah, like and not only that, but the limitation honestly bred creativity, honestly, because like, you know, a lot of video games you play these days, the background music is just they're trying to be movies. It's just orchestral mood setting things, right? Whereas like back in the old days when you play like a Mega Man 2, is a reason why everyone remembers Bubble Man theme and stuff like that, you know.
Well, and the thing is also, if you go between consoles, like if you hear a 16-bit song, you know it's from Genesis or you know it's from the Super Nintendo. Yeah. And you can tell sometimes that there are like musicians and DJs who grew up with it because their sound still feels like the Genesis.
Yeah, it's like, crazy.
You get like all this great audio fidelity and they just throw in this little bit of grittiness, and I'm just like, you had a Mega Drive growing up, didn't you?
I played Ghouls and Ghosts on the Genesis, and Ghouls and Ghosts, great game, awesome, some of the best music on the Genesis. But then like I played the arcade version, and I didn't like the way it sounded, you know, because the Genesis had that really tinny kind of like.
Yeah, you know, that weird grittiness.
Yeah, yeah. And then on the Super Nintendo side of thing, like you will never not get me like super emotional when I talk about SimCity music, dude. Like SimCity on the Super Nintendo is just like, there's one song in SimCity that every time I hear, like it just, like I melt, like I turn into literal liquid when I hear that song because it's so good, dude. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Rock Bogart knows exactly what I mean, dude. Oh man.
It's funny, like I rented SimCity on the SNES when I was a kid, and I don't remember the audio at all.
Oh, really?
I really should probably fix that.
Dude, oh god, I see now I just want to look up one of the songs right now, because at least SimCity music won't trigger any sort of DMCA's on us because YouTube and video game music, right?
Funny for me thinking about like, so when I was growing up, like between me and all my friends, we had almost every console, and so I played like Earthworm Jim 1 and 2 on both versions, and the audio differences are startling.
Oh dang! Let me see if this is the right one here. I think it's Capital. No, actually, Capital might not be the right one. Let me see. No, this is the right one. Oh god, this song. And there's a really good piano cover of this song. It's just so dreamy. It creates this weird, like, that weird you're wandering around the city by yourself alone kind of feel.
So the thing is, for this is mostly like invoking like my fond memories of F-Zero.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because the middle part, the ending chunk of this song is the best. So me and my brother are obsessed with funky chords, and when it gets to the end of this song, it has one of the best sequence of chords that when you put it together, it's just like, oh, like it's coming, because the song's not that long, so it's coming up right here. I think it's
this is some
right
peak
here.
16-bit though, I'm not gonna lie.
Chills every time. It's just, some of it is like, there's like a dissonance to those chords there, and every time I hear it, I get chills, dude. Oh god, there is a YouTube video where some guy does a piano cover of it, and it's just like, it is the most beautiful thing. I've even like, he put that video up like 7 years ago or something, and I even wrote a line. I commented, I was like, I know this is kind of might be like bad, you know, etiquette, but do you have sheet music? And he's like, I did it all by ear. He actually responded like way later, and he was like, I actually did it all by ear. So unfortunately, yeah. Oh, but it's so
on
good.
the topic though of 16-bit, I finally saw the Super Mario movie.
You did see it? Oh dang. Oh dang.
So first
Okay.
off, that movie is fucking fantastic, and if you haven't seen it, you
I
absolutely
haven't
should.
seen it. I haven't seen it yet. I need to.
So that movie has so many goddamned Easter eggs.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Yes, yes, yes.
And so there are two franchises that I did not see any Easter eggs for, which I'm taking as them implying that they want to do something with it later.
Okay.
But then I was pleasantly surprised that yes, F-Zero does have an Easter egg.
F-Zero has an Easter egg in there? Whoa.
I was so happy.
Whoa. That surprises me.
So F-Zero got an Easter egg. But so the Illumation has been on Twitter a lot lately talking about like, hey, what if you could do this? What if you could do this? And the main two of the absolutely please let us do this have been Zelda and Metroid.
Dang. Okay.
And I could not find a single Easter egg for either of those games.
Well, I still think that with the success of this, like they're going to try to make a Zelda movie. They've already talked about how they're looking at that, right? And then they could totally do the Marvel thing, right? Create the Nintendo Cinematic Universe that culminates into Smash Brothers, right? I mean, like, instead of the Avengers, it's the Smash Brothers, right?
So yes, but like that means you have to do as Subspace Emissary. You can't do Smash 64.
Right, yeah, of course.
But that's fine, because Subspace Emissary was kind of lit. Even if it was in Brawl,
Dude,
Subspace Emissary was fucking
I'm
bad.
still mad that like people don't look back at Subspace Emissary as like one of the coolest things ever, because it was such, I mean, the fact that it didn't do well, and the fact that Sakurai doesn't want to do it again because someone just put it all up on YouTube and he was super mad about that. I mean, it was still, again, one of the best kind of tutorial things, because it made you find your favorite character. It let you learn how to hit things. It was like such a great tutorial.
It was good too, because it was like, it's probably the least mad I've ever been about unlocking my characters.
Sorry, I accidentally triggered a YouTube video. My bad.
I didn't hear it.
Okay.
It's probably the least upset I've ever been about having to unlock characters.
In F-Zero?
Especially in a Smash, yeah.
In Smash Brothers. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Subspace was totally fine. Like, oh, I don't get to play a Zero Suit Samus yet, or Sonic, or whatever. Mm-hmm. Oh, but I get this whole sweet single-player mode, or two-player sometimes.
Right.
And, then you just, progress until you meet them, and you get a sweet cutscene introducing them. Like, that was super good.
Oh, man. Here, I know, what was it? Rock Bogard. Here, I'm posting this into the link just for Rock Bogard over here, unless you let me play this piano cover of that song. But it's just the same song in the piano version, dude. And it's
what am I gonna do? Scream no?
Yeah, like this guy just plays it here on the. Oh, so good. Like, this is almost the definitive version of the song for me now, because it sounds so good this way. It sounds so natural this way.
Dude, some covers and like remixes can really do that.
Yeah. And this guy plays it good too. Yep. Hey, look at this comment here from a JC Hensor.
Fuck that guy.
See, look, it was only 11 months ago that I posted this comment.
Also, Lurker, I have very complicated feelings when it comes to Dread.
Oh, right, yeah.
Like,
and here we go. That's so good.
We have no problem supporting others and giving that guy some extra play.
Yeah, absolutely. Vertigrand over here, but yeah, that, and then what else did I just saw?
Everybody,
something else.
Hey, everybody.
We're going all the way back to
Oh,
1984 to the very
Someone discussing
1984.
Yeah, someone discussing the original Transformers theme. The original Transformers theme and how it's the weirdest song ever. And it's weird because
we went a whole hour without the word Transformers. Not bad.
Yeah, that's right.
By the way, last week when Kitty was talking about mentioning other robots, there's a comment on YouTube. Like, James missed a chance to drop Transformers here.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another great soundtrack on the Super Nintendo, Jurassic Park. Oh God. Like me and Monique talk about that one all the time. So it's just,
I'm not gonna say you're wrong,
but are you familiar with that soundtrack?
I am.
Oh, okay, okay.
You do not know how much I loved Jurassic Park in the 90s. I played every game.
Oh, you know what the worst thing was? I was playing that game on. What's that?
Super Nintendo Jurassic Park game frustrates me so much.
Yeah. I was playing it. I was trying to beat it, and I got.
The Rampage Edition is fucking lit.
I think I got to the 3rd stage or 4th stage of Jurassic Park, and then I got in one of the first-person views. I literally got lodged into like a door and a wall, and I couldn't get out. Like I just accidentally.
Friendly reminder: that game does not have like a proper save system.
Nope. And that's why when it happened, I was like, well, turned it off, pulled it out, never played it again. So.
No, but the Genesis Jurassic Park games were fucking fire. Rampage Edition was insane.
Dude, Rock Bogart and I need to just sit down and talk about some SNES soundtracks, it sounds like, dude. So no code system on that thing either. Nope. It was just play it in one credit. Dude,
so
if you see,
so if we're gonna get some SNES games, I gotta plug out 2 real quick. One that I have a weird soft spot for was Dino City, which is like a shitty random dinosaur game from the first year of the SNES.
Dang,
has some really catchy tunes.
Okay.
And then my personal baby on the Super Nintendo that I have to be the entire defense force for, Metal Combat Falcon's Revenge for the Super Scope.
I have that game, weirdly enough.
That is one of my favorite games on the console, and that soundtrack is fucking fire.
So I have it. I've never played it, and that was because a friend of ours bought the Super Scope and all the games, and then eventually everybody knows to dump all the obscure video game shit to me when they don't want it anymore. So they gave it to me. So I ended up with that. But
yeah, I actually like owned it in the 90s, and I don't know what I did with my Super Scope, and I'm mad about it. And now you can't even use a Super Scope anymore because we're in the future.
Right, that's right.
Also, so there are retro companies that have worked to make like flat screen compatible Super Scopes and guns and like receivers.
Yeah.
But no, I for the record, I'm just gonna say it out loud right the fuck right now. Nintendo is fucking stupid for never releasing Super Scope games on the Wii Virtual Console.
Yeah, right. You could have just touchscreened and played it that way,
no,
right?
Regular Wii, just to, like even let me point it at the
right,
screen,
yeah.
Or you know, as you continue to do of stealing emulators, use it like a mouse cursor, like SNES, ZSNES, and SNES 9 next to you, where you put a cursor on the screen and your Wii remote actually tracks it. You can shoot things.
tell you right now, I wanted to port all of the gun games on the Nintendo DS because I thought of the best idea for gun games on the Nintendo DS, which is the bottom screen is just blank, but that's where you shoot, and the top screen is the game. And so you're not tapping what you're shooting. You're trying to guess by aiming on the bottom screen. And I just thought that would be such a neat idea.
There are games that did that.
There are. Okay. Perfect. There you go.
Yeah, there are a bunch of games that are like FPSs and stuff that totally work by just the touchscreen is your mouse look.
Right. But those are FPSs. You're still always shooting at the center of the screen. What I mean is like a Time Crisis game where you're actually tapping, trying to map the up screen to the bottom screen and tap where you're shooting.
I'm going to let you know right now, no, you can't. You legally cannot.
What, really?
What you would have to do is you'd have to have it so that you drag your stylus on the bottom screen and then have like left trigger as shoot, because Nintendo actually had requirements about tapping your screen too much.
Are you serious? So they didn't want to have a game where you're like shoot, 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 shoot.
Yeah. So like if you like, so I mean, if Point Blank did it, then they got away with murder because there are requirements about how much you are touching the screen, how much you're tapping the screen while you play.
Interesting. So yeah, they would have to have it so that you drag the mouse around and shoot like this, basically.
Yeah. And so late DS generation shooters had a lot of really good workarounds to make it totally viable and was actually like reasonably fun.
Okay.
Because there were some that were more like how the Wii did it, where if you're centered with the Wii remote, you're not moving and you have mouse look. But if you drag it far enough to the left, then you start turning and you still have to.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's what some of the DS shooters did.
Yeah.
And I speak from experience because I worked on several of them and I worked in the requirements department of Nintendo.
Yeah,
so
that's why when you started talking about it, I was like, this is the Activision history. By the way,
but not
I just
everyone
want
in chat may know some of that history, so that one's legitimately from experience.
I just want to add 2 more SNES game soundtracks. Contra 3, of course, which, if like I've said, is one of my favorite video games of all time. But then also Super Adventure Island. Have you played Super Adventure Island?
Not since about '96, but yes.
But because the guy who wrote the soundtrack is the guy who wrote the soundtrack to the Streets of Rage games. That's why it's all techno dance and it's so good.
And also, let's just state for the record, we're avoiding the usual suspects deliberately because nobody here has said Chrono Trigger yet, and that's the wrong answer. So we're doing it. We're avoiding the usual.
Right.
Suspects.
We're not taking. You know what game on the SNES has great music? Final Fantasy VI. You know.
Yeah.
We're talking about the lesser known games a little bit.
I mean, I love Super Metroid's soundtrack, but you have no idea how fucking proud I was of Mercury Steam to not remix Norfair again.
Oh man, yeah.
Come on, I'm done. Not every lava area is Norfair. Shut up.
Oh man. Yeah.
And the fact that Dread didn't have Ridley is the greatest feeling in the world. Fucking sick of Ridley coming back.
I mean, honestly,
Sparkster is clearly gray area, but I would file that under lesser known.
I never played that game. Okay. The Super Nintendo had such really fucking good music, dude. God.
I mean, again, even looking back on it, Super Nintendo overall is still free in the top 3 consoles of all time. Free.
Yeah.
And if you're ranking it above that, that's to taste, but free, it's in the top 3.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. It's so hard to argue with that at this point because, I mean, back in the day where the jump between consoles was that much more,
pronounced.
You know, right? Yeah. I mean, the going from NES to SNES was a huge jump, and not only was it a huge jump, but Nintendo added all these crazy features and everything, and just the quality of games on there was so good. Jesus Christ, man.
I mean, really, the only games that actually suck and were obviously cash grabs, that's still less than 20% of the library. No console nowadays can hope to live up to that.
Right. Wasn't it the which console had the? It might have been the Genesis actually that had the crazy McDonald's game that Treasure made because they
MC Kids.
Yeah, they were a startup company. They were just trying to make it, and so they got hired by MC Kids. Yeah, was it on the NES? Oh, okay.
But that's right. NES did have a version of it. That's right.
I never played it, but I've heard it's for a tie-in, it's the sickest game ever, basically. So.
I mean, okay, more to a point, for a non-Disney tie-in, because Disney had a great track record.
That's right. I actually wanted to mention that when we were talking about Jurassic Park and how you can't save and all that. You saw that video of that streamer who was playing the classic collections emulated and was playing Lion King, and she died and it was game over, and she's like, "What do you mean it's game over? Wait, what?" Sneak King.
Yeah, Sneak King, though. Yeah.
Dude, We went to Burger King. Me, Investigation Co., my brother, and Jason went to Burger King and bought it, and we played Sneak King for a whole night, dude. That game was amazing.
So, additional fun fact, Sneak King, which is basically like an overglorified demo disc, is still more valuable than like half the games in that console's library.
On the Xbox 360, you mean? Really?
There is a lot of games on the 360 that are like worth $2. Sneak King's still like 15. Maybe more now. That's last I checked.
I have it, so there you go. Perfect. Oh my God, Cone still has all three as well.
That being said, I do feel that the Xbox 360 is probably also in that top 3.
Well, Xbox 360 is definitely one of the best consoles, especially for fighting games as well. So, you know.
Yeah, but also like Armored Core 4 Answer can carry a console for me. Holy shit, that game is sick.
Yeah. God, I mean,
I played so much on that console.
Dude, Xbox 360 was a shockingly good console, which is why it's so depressing that everything from the Xbox 360 I mean, like, the Xbox One, the Xbox Series S and X. Like, I'm not trying to start a console war conversation here, but just...
I will.
I feel like objectively...
The phone fucking sucks.
Yeah, I just feel like objectively speaking, the Xbox One and even Phil Spencer just admitted that the Xbox Series S and X were kind of failures, right?
Okay, so here's the thing, is that like they released the Xbox Classic, which had some good ideas, but was a little short-sighted. All right, cool. And then, you know, the PS2 just dominated that generation.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So Microsoft was like, hey, how about we fix our shit? And in the meantime, Sony's like, let's sit on our laurels.
Yeah.
So we got the Xbox 360 and the PS3, where in a lot of objective ways, the 360 was better. The PS3 only appealed to the people who needed it for blank reason, fundamentally. Right. Like the Blu-ray player or Metal Gear.
Yeah.
And then Xbox is like, hey, we did really good. Let's sit on our fucking laurels.
Yeah.
And Sony's like, hey, we should fix our shit.
Yeah.
And then they just stayed there? Because Xbox has been blowing it ever since.
Yeah.
And the PS4 and PS5 are both really good.
I mean,
PS5 is still really early in its lifespan, so I'm still waiting for it to have more games, but it's still good.
Dude, I still got so mad because
PS4 is better though.
Some of my video game fan friends, I was like yelling at them because they had seemed to have forgotten that during that Xbox 360 PlayStation 3 generation, how bad Sony came out of E3 that year, and everybody was mad. Why are you forcing Blu-ray on us? It's just like Betamax and all this stuff again. And, you know, the giant enemy crab, you know, the hit its weak point things, you know, and all the memes that came out. Like, PlayStation 3 was memed
we
on.
expect people to pick up a second job to afford our console.
Right! Right! Exactly, dude. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean,
both consoles right now don't have games.
Yeah.
Like, if you were playing an Xbox right now, you're playing games that were out before for like several years. The PS5 lacks games, but when it has them, their run's great. But I have no reason to own a PS5 yet. The PS4 is still phenomenal overall.
Yeah, the PS5 right now, the thing I play the most on it is Netflix. Disney Plus.
Okay, so the Xbox One, when it launched, having that HDMI in port that added like half a fucking minute of lag.
Oh, yeah.
Because that was their excuse to not have any backwards compatibility, as they have an HDMI input. I'm not even, like, without exaggeration, it added like 0.2 seconds of lag. Like, not even a joke. It was unplayable.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus. Xbox messed up with the Xbone, and you know what? I mean, honestly, like, I feel like a lot of it comes down to them also calling it the Xbox One. I think that was a huge mistake.
I mean, they haven't fixed that mistake either, because Series S, Series X, do you think Grandma's going to remember which one to pronounce?
Yeah, but the thing is, they were trying to turn it...
I bought an Xbox One on launch, so I could play Killer Instinct. About 6 months later, I sold that piece of shit.
I still have mine only because it is my Rock Band machine. That's the only reason why I still have it.
Isn't it also one of your streaming devices?
Well, I used to use it for streaming all my media, except for the fact that now I use the PS5 for that, except for the Criterion channel. PlayStation 5 does not have the Criterion channel on it as an app, but the Xbox does. So when I watched all those recent Michelle Yeoh movies that were on the Criterion channel, I had to turn on my Xbone again. So
Congratulations, Microsoft. You gave James a reason to turn it on.
yeah, I mean, yeah, the naming is atrocious, but they're trying to name the consoles like phones is what they were trying to do, I think. You know, like it's just the series, whatever. It's just, you call the thing the Xbox.
Well, now they look like fucking Teslas. So
yeah, exactly. It's just a terrible. And that's actually what
Xbox Model S.
I mean, that's why, like, everybody, when Mortal Kombat announced itself, everyone's like, do you not remember the Xbox? Like, calling yourself Mortal Kombat 1 is kind of a mistake, you know?
I mean, the problem is that everyone and their grandma's doing it. Even Sam Show did it, and I still don't think that was a good call.
Yeah. Well, at least they didn't call themselves Samurai Showdown 1. They just call themselves Samurai Showdown, but still.
Yeah, which is why everyone refers to it as Sam Show like 2018 or whatever bloody is, because we can't be fucked to deal with that crap.
Yeah.
But I still just cannot really get behind that choice, except that they literally stated this is going to be a new beginning for a lot of people and the first beginning for a lot of people, so we might as well just give it kind of a reboot.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah okay, but there are 7 games before this, so
I mean, to be fair,
I have played most of them.
To be fair, the new Nintendo 3DS was just an upgrade of the 3DS, right? It was just an upgrade of it. It didn't have a whole new set of cartridges and stuff like that.
Yeah, and honestly, that rolls off the tongue better than 3DS XL, 2B, whatever the fuck.
But
3DS.
The Wii U was definitely a mistake, because people didn't know what it was. They thought it was an add-on. Was it a new console?
Hey, in all fairness, Nintendo doesn't know what it is either.
Yeah, it's true.
that console is like very much in the way of the Virtual Boy, where they had to kick that fucking thing out the door because they didn't have anything else, and it served as simply a shitty prototype for the Switch.
Right, yeah.
That's all that thing is a prototype for the Switch. To know what works and what doesn't, what they have to get rid of, what they have to keep.
See, if Square stops using numbers in the Final Fantasy series, that would be such a mistake. They're already at 16 at this point. There's just no reason to stop at this point, I feel like.
Okay, let's be honest though, we already had enough trouble when they made 10-2.
Yep.
And I'm not even gonna shit on that game. But going 10-2 and then having 11 and 12, a little weird. Weird.
Oh man. Yeah, but
wait,
man.
Where is that information coming from?
Which
X3?
one? What's X3?
Like, there's no way we're actually getting Final Fantasy X-3. There's no fucking way. Because 10-2 was already 2 games that got scrapped and smushed together. By the way, if you didn't know that, fun fact.
I had no idea. Okay.
Yeah, Final Fantasy X sequels were supposed to be 2 games. There was supposed to be a Yuna side and a Riku side.
Oh.
And they both got scrapped and smushed together into what we got.
Interesting. Okay. So, in a recent interview with Famitsu, a Japanese gaming magazine translated by the folks at RPG site, Nomura confirmed the existence of X3's story, saying, if we are to make X3, we somehow have a synopsis written by Final Fantasy X writer Kazushige Nojima. He added that it's sleeping right now, but the plot itself does exist. There you go.
Okay, so we're never getting it. Got it. Thanks.
Yeah. 10 is your favorite Final Fantasy?
10 by far.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I fucking love 10. And 10-2 is fine. It has its shortcomings, but it has its good points. I can forgive it for a lot of things.
Someone figured out how to actually 100% it in one run, right? Because for a long time, it was like you could only 99% it in one run.
So if I recall correctly, that's with an asterisk.
Okay.
Because only certain events actually count towards percentage. So you can technically get like 100% game completion without doing 100% of the game kind of thing. So I think there is a way to 100% in game
Completion,
in one
right?
playthrough.
Yeah,
I think they did figure that out.
Hey,
But it took a while.
Look, Lurker Spine, you're talking to a Final Fantasy VIII fan over here, and I know I'm going to make Olaf mad about that, so I am definitely a Final Fantasy VIII stan, so... But it is not one of the games that I will defend to my grave, because I get why a lot of people hate it. It's just that game came at the right time to me and spoke to me in the right way. So
I would genuinely probably fucking love Final Fantasy VIII if they did two things to it.
Get rid of
took
draw.
Took away the fucking game and just made it a movie, and then split up the two plots into two different movies or three, so that you have like, I want to watch a Laguna movie and stop breaking the fucking game up every time I get invested. And then give Squall his movie and stop breaking it up every time I give a shit. And then you get the ending as a third movie. Alright, cool. But take away the fucking game. I hate that fucking game.
The whole point is to have Squall and Laguna together. You can't separate them. That ruins the whole story. Anyways, okay.
It's every single time I was playing that game, I got like really into Laguna's plot. I was like, all right, cool. Now what's gonna happen? Oh, and then it switches back over to Squall's side. By the time I get invested in Squall, they switch me back to Laguna. So I didn't give a shit about either of them because I couldn't be with them long enough to care.
Yeah.
And like that stilted pacing really hurts.
Yeah.
I would rather watch like both of them as two different movies simultaneously until they converge where the plot actually matters.
Right. I mean, for me, you sit there and play Eyes on Me, and I will fucking start bawling like a child.
Because that song's fucking amazing. And again, the biggest problem with Final Fantasy VIII is the game.
Yeah, it's true.
Movie.
It's true. Yeah,
It's a great movie. It's a great story, great characters. But I fucking violently hate the game. And if I'm playing an RPG and I'm going out of my way to say I hate the game, you've done something wrong. Because, I mean, I'm just going to speak for a lot of fucking people on the planet. RPGs are not inherently fun.
Right, yeah,
like,
yeah.
JRPGs, click some fucking menus. That's not inherently fun. And if I'm going out of my way to say you did it bad, oof. God, I hate that fucking game. But the story, characters, and soundtrack are great.
It's like I said, I can't say that I played the fuck out of that game, dude, so much that I almost found everything on my own.
Like, I literally quit my playthrough of the game when I got to my favorite character's hometown. I couldn't be bothered to finish that.
Which Laguna is your favorite character, or?
It was Zell. It was Zell.
Oh, Zell. Okay.
Now I'm not invested in any of those fuckers enough to care. But I really like Zell.
My waifu is still in the game, so, you know, waifu.
It's just fucking rad. Basically, everyone but Selfie is cool.
Yes.
Really.
Yeah. And again, I just don't like that archetype. I know it's blasphemous to a lot of people, but I fucking hated Yuffie in Final Fantasy VII, dude.
And the thing is that I find that reasonable. I have learned to like Yuffie over the years, and I haven't even played FF7 Remake's DLC. I've learned to like Yuffie over the years, but it took a while. But the thing is, though, within that archetype, Riku is better than all of them, and will always be.
Yeah, for sure. She was the least irritating of that archetype, for sure.
One of these days, I'd like to sit on YouTube and finish Final Fantasy 13, because I want to see where Vanille goes.
Oh, yeah. Vanilla's an interesting one. She's an interesting one, because...
Yeah, because she's very cognizant of what's going on, and she's basically covering up her own misery by trying to be the cheery idiot.
Yeah,
is how she comes off. And so I'm fascinated where that goes.
So you actually don't know how the game ends or anything like that, right? Okay.
No, because if I fucking had to go like 10 plus hours to escape tutorials before I finally recruited the last character, and I had to wait like 5 hours to learn how to level up in a Final Fantasy, boy, they invested too heavily into the story over the game.
Yeah, 13 had a couple of really bad mistakes that they fixed in 13.2, but it's just by the time I got to 13.2, I just couldn't keep myself playing anymore.
I mean, is Hope dead? Because that's a start.
No, you know, I mean, everybody hated Hope, but to 13.2's credit, he was older, and they actually, like, you could kind of tell they knew he was annoying, because the older character almost kind of acted like, yeah, I knew I was annoying. You know, he's like actually kind of cool now. So
like Leon in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, I couldn't tell you there. So
I don't like Squall, like on a person-to-person basis. But Leon is one of my favorite characters in Square. And that's basically alternate universe Squall in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh,
he's fucking
okay,
awesome.
Okay. Is he the main character? No, that's Sora, right? That's Sora, right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, he just has like kind of a bit part in 1 and 2.
No, see, Rock, I actually did like 13. See, that's the thing.
Exactly, David Boreanaz Squall, exactly.
I actually did enjoy 13. I liked 13. The biggest problem with it was, for me, is that they didn't have the ability to save configurations of all the goofy things that you had to do with the magic and the physical attack and all that stuff, you know?
I didn't like having to wait 15 hours to change my party.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely a lot of...
I really got sick of being shoehorned into a party and walking down a hallway. Like, let's make it a fucking visual novel at that point.
Right. I mean, the funniest thing about it is 13 at one point hits this point where it opens up and then becomes that exploration area. And when it got there, I was like, I don't want to explore.
The thing is, it's one of those, like, I don't care how good a fucking season of television is. If I'm still bored out of my fucking mind by episode 4, I'm not going to finish it.
Right.
That's Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah, I
feel like I would probably like it by the end of it, but I can't be bothered to get to the good part of the game.
It's weird to me because, like, I'm that guy that when I play in the dungeon, like, when I have to take a choice between going left or right, like, it is decision paralysis, and I hate going the wrong way. What's
Lord
that?
Spine has it right there. Yeah, give it 20 hours and it gets great. Pass.
Yeah, no.
Right there.
I mean, again, 13 is not a game that I'll defend either. Like, I will defend 6 and 4 to the ends of the earth. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'll attack Final Fantasy VIII, but like, I'm attacking the first few hours of 13 because I don't have an opinion on the rest of it.
Man.
Also, for the record, complaining about 13 being linear is not fair because those same people defend Final Fantasy VII most of the time, and Final Fantasy VII is fucking linear too.
Right? Exactly.
And I love Final Fantasy VII. I do. That game is linear as shit.
Yeah.
But again, for 13's point, it's that it does all that shit, and I don't even get to pick who I'm playing as or who I care about.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, when you actually look at most Final Fantasy games, they're actually mostly just linear.
Especially starting from what, like 4 or 5.
Dude, all of them.
The first few, there's not enough direction to call them linear. Like, yeah, there's a place you're supposed to go, but you don't know that.
Right, but I mean, the thing about the original games is they're like Metroidvanias, but instead of power-ups, it's your vehicle. Right? It's always, I can't get here until I get the canoe. Now I can't get here until I get the boat. Now I can't get here until I get this, and then the airship. The airship is always the opening, right? So that's just like Final Fantasy games have always been kind of linear, which is the weird part to people. And then we were talking about this because you retweeted the instruction booklet thing, and then I retweeted it and commented on it and stuff like that. But Final Fantasy 1, they came with maps, right? Like, so it didn't feel like it was cheating, but you kind of knew where to go in all those dungeons immediately because of the maps, right? So,
well, I hate to tell you this, James, but I grew up as a poor white kid in the Antelope Valley. I have never seen Final Fantasy 1's instruction manual. Never once. And I knew like 5 people who owned the game. I have never seen the manual.
Dude,
because all of my friends were fucking idiots who would throw shit away.
I guess
Like,
I'm going
paper
to.
box. I don't need this.
I guess I'm going to, next time I go home to my parents' house, I will bring it back with me. You know what was the crazy thing
Just
is
let me check that box.
we stored all of our NES instruction booklets in a shoebox, right? And the funny thing is that the Final Fantasy one, however, was a tall one, so it didn't fit in the shoebox. I actually took one of those plastic Nintendo sleeves and double-sided taped it and stuck it to the side of my toy box and dumped that and the Dragon Warrior and the map and like all the big stuff over there just to have them easy accessible. You know,
Yeah,
when you.
so I mean, that's the one thing. That's the one thing my mom like gave me in a positive light is that my mom's a pack rat, and so she convinced me to save all the boxes and all the manuals for all my games. So anything I have from like my youth that I still have is complete in box.
Right.
But
Yeah.
over the decades, I've lost a lot of it. But like, I went to my mom's house and like cleaned out a few things, and randomly here's the original box from Pokemon Ruby in great condition. I'm like, sweet, I don't even have this game anymore.
Yeah, no, dude, no, Zilcho, like, you don't even understand. I have so many pristine condition NES manuals because also when my parents rented games at the video store, we would just take the instruction booklets, and what we actually did was we would carefully remove the staple out of them, and then we would copy machine them, and then we would double side copy them, cut them in half, and then put them back together. And we would rent out copied instruction booklets from everybody until we found out that was actually illegal. Because you're not allowed to copy. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Necromancy Black said that's illegal. Yeah, we didn't know it was illegal at the time.
Dude, Blockbuster was doing it for a while.
I think Blockbuster had official ones that they had to buy from Nintendo, I think is what it was. So
I definitely have rented a game from Blockbuster when I was a kid that had a photocopying instruction manual.
okay.
Now, whether that was Blockbuster who did it, or if it was like someone who rented the game stole the manual and then replaced it with a copy to alleviate their guilt, I'll never know.
Right.
But the amount of people also who would either steal or throw away the manual of a game they rented and then just return it was garbage.
Oh yeah.
Absolute garbage.
Yeah. So, I mean, I still, even in my home right now, in one of the boxes in one of my closets, I have all my old SNES and NES boxes. Like, I still have them. And some of them will still have the original shrink wrap on them, because I would just cut the top and then just open up the flap. So a lot of them even still have the original shrink wrap on them. So, yeah, dude, Denzel, that's what my brother did. That's what got me back into the piano, is that my brother would go to the library at UCLA and photocopy a bunch of sheet music and then just bring it home, and like we would learn to play a bunch of classical songs and Beatles songs and stuff like that. So
I mean, I also would, go to my local grocery store, sit down, open up, my local tips and tricks or, Mortal Kombat strategy guide, and then just copy down all the moves, because God help you if you don't know all the moves in Mortal Kombat.
right.
Like UMK3, yeah, go ahead, figure out a brutality, have fun.
Yeah,
Or I can go to fucking Ralph's and write that shit down.
Yep.
Wonder which one I'm gonna do. Answer is both, actually. I definitely did both.
There was definitely people that would also print them out and sell them at arcades and stuff like that. So
True, but no, my dumbass. This actually might be the earliest instance of me labbing. I actually did manually break down how to do a brutality for Rain before I ever got the move list.
dang. That was me and Jason when we played Shaolin Monks. We literally tried to find every fatality. You remember how you beat up on someone and you could fatality anybody, and it was always 4 directions and then a button?
No.
Oh, okay.
I never played Shaolin.
Oh, Shaolin Monks is a great game, by the way.
I hear that.
So you know why, right? It's made by the guys who made God of War. Like, it's literally the same crew of people who eventually went on to make God of War. But yeah, like everybody you beat up, you could fatality them, and so we just permutated through every combination of the directions until we found them all.
Speaking of games that are made by companies out of nowhere, so I was hanging out with Corey, and he showed me this GBA Dragon Ball game. Original Dragon Ball. Like, you play as little kid Goku and everything. And he's like, this game's fucking amazing, and I need you to play it. And it was developed by Dimps.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Like, oh, okay.
Nice. Oh, that's funny. Legacy of Goku, is that what it's called? Man, God, these old video games. Yeah, we're definitely just doing nostalgia. This is more of the video game podcast that we've always threatened to make a long time ago than anything at this point in time. So
I mean, we don't have much of the way of topic. Actually, it's not even a full RPG. It's got a lot of like side scrolling and adventure as well. It's not just like pure RPG. The game's fucking rad.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is fun. Just fucking gush about being old. Hell yeah.
Being old in video games and stuff. So.
Oh, if we want to backtrack, we want to talk about those fucking Disney licensed games. I've said it many times. One of my favorite NES games is The Little Mermaid.
Really? Okay, I never played
Little
that
Mermaid
one.
on the NES is way better than it has any right to be.
Oh my god.
And that game's kind of evil, but like in like reasonable ways most of the time. That game's fucking rad.
Okay.
And then I definitely grew up on Lion King and Aladdin. And
yeah. Well, I mean, did you play the SNES or the Genesis version? Because the Genesis version, yeah, those are supposed to be the good ones, right? So
yeah. Genesis Aladdin is fucking amazing. Genesis Lion King is a vile bastard unless you know it inside out and ass backwards.
Toy Story
is pure evil. That game is fucking evil.
That was the one that was featured in that video that you were showing me, that how they did all of the crazy...
How they had a fucking Doom sequence for no reason.
Yeah, and how they actually got the buildings to scroll and everything, like the background to parallax scroll, even though they didn't have mode 7, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and all that wild shit. Yeah, no, Toy Story is a vile fucking game. Yeah. So, if you ever get a chance, there's a channel called Coding Secrets. And it's a guy who worked on the Genesis and the Saturn developing a lot of these games. Like, he worked for Traveler's Tales for years, and he basically has this whole point in his channel, there you go, where he basically is like, impossible ports or impossible things that shouldn't have been possible on the console, and we made it work.
Yeah,
and
the 3D
if you ever get a
Sonic
chance,
Blast. Yeah,
the 3D Blast videos, how he made that cutscene exist. Like, I love that shit. So if you ever get a chance, go check him out. He's amazing.
Yeah, and look at that. Everybody knows about this thing, so yeah.
Yeah, the Traveler's Tales did some wild shit.
Yeah, you were showing me that one video where they did the
fucking wizard.
Yeah, you were showing me the video where they made that helicopter game where they actually just had the whole map rotate, even though they didn't have mode 7 on their consoles. So
I'm always also just like a big fan of just like those conversations about the impossible ports, like Alpha 2 on the SNES and Alpha 3 on GBA, like games that shouldn't fucking work, and they just made it work.
Right,
whatever.
They just figured it out. They just, they were like,
Resident Evil 2 on the 64.
Fucking exist. Oh yeah, because that was cartridge, not CD based, right? So all the graphics were like, I don't even remember how it looked at this point in time. So
gameplay was actually pretty fine. The cutscenes suffered pretty bad though.
Oh yeah, of course.
Like you do.
They were like smaller on the screen and stuff like that, right? More compressed.
I think I still have a copy of N64 RE2 as it is too. I mean, I literally only have a 64 right now just for fucking Mischief Makers and for F-Zero X.
I mean, N64. I mean, honestly, original.
Also,
Smash
because
Brothers,
I don't own a copy of Blast Core, and I should fix that.
And the original Mario Kart 64 is still. I know we've had this conversation on this show before, but Mario Kart 64 battle mode is by far the best battle mode in all of Mario Kart history, because it was actually super skill based. Like the matches that me, Jason, Cone, and my brother would play would last forever.
Yeah.
Because
the stages were perfect. They were actually perfect.
And like I said, it was really strategic, because a lot of the new Mario Karts, it's like, here's crazy unstoppable chain chomp, and it was just like, but like the Mario Kart 64, there was strategy and like tactics.
I mean, the thing is, I really want the newer Mario Karts to lean heavier into the defensive items.
Yes.
I love the Sonic Megaphone thing that just blasts all tools around you.
Oh yeah.
I think that's fantastic. You know what it's not good for? Everything.
Dude.
It needs a little help or needs to come up more frequently. And yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
There's just no defensive tools in that game. Like, even fucking SNES had defensive options.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
exactly.
they realized that it was actually kind of overpowered, but whatever.
I mean, to be fair, Mario Kart 8 right now has kind of become what I keep saying I want KOF 15 to be. It's just kind of becoming the ever-existing...
The 10-year game.
Yeah, the ever-existing Mario Kart. It's like their League of Legends now, right? It's just like, why make a new one when we can just keep adding the old tracks and new tracks back to this one, because the game is pretty good. So, you know.
But I mean, by that same token, every year that goes by, it's just another reminder I'm never getting F-Zero ever again. So hey.
Man, yeah. Because they put F-Zero in the Mario Kart, right?
So, a little bit, yeah. I mean, the thing is, again, like, as an American, we never even got the last F-Zero.
That was the
last GBA one.
Oh, was there one on the GBA one after the GameCube? Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's GP Legend. There's one other one I can't remember the name of, and then the final one was F-Zero Climax. And that game's fucking rad.
Okay.
And yeah, we never got it.
Yeah,
we only got GP Legend, I think.
It's kind of scary for me because, to be honest with you, like F-Zero...
Maximum Velocity, that's the other one. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I have that one. So
yeah, so Maximum Velocity, then GP Legend, and then Climax.
Yeah, I have the two. So
yeah, but we never got Climax, and that motherfucker's still like $80.
Yeah, the hardest thing about F-Zero for me is that I kind of have that Darkstalkers problem with it, which I just think GX was so good. Like, can you make it better?
So here's the thing, though, is at least, like, the ones on the GBA, they're more like, what if the Super Nintendo ones were good?
Right, yeah.
So it's like, it's a little more apples and oranges. And so, but they even include, eventually, a fucking track creator.
Yeah, that was on the 64 disc
64
drive.
DD, yeah.
Yeah, disc drive, yeah.
Which is one of my holy grails of, like, console collecting. Yeah. And it just keeps getting more and more expensive.
One of the reasons why F-Zero GX and AX were so good is because it was a Bandai Namco Nintendo Sega collaboration, dude. Like
the Triforce collab that only has, what, 3 games?
Was it even that many? I thought there was only like one.
Because Mario Kart is on the Triforce system as well.
Right, yeah. Oh, Mario Kart is?
Mario Kart's on Triforce.
Oh, okay. Yeah, GX is, oh god, that game was so fun. It's like I said, I have very few games that I've been able to play. Like I said, I would just go into the training and I
actually, side note, real quick, fun fact. Do you know what engine F-Zero was built on?
No.
Monkey Ball.
Oh, really? That actually makes sense in some weird way. Yeah, that actually makes sense.
F-Zero GX is built on Monkey Ball's engine.
That's so funny. But yeah, F-Zero GX was one of the only racing game I would just go into training mode with no opposing cars, pick one of the hardest tracks, and just run laps. And I would just sit there and run laps for hours because it was so fun to race. It was so fun to race, you know. I didn't even need to give myself a goal. I wasn't even trying to beat any score. It was just so, like, I'm going to say zen, which is, you know, a kind of a inside joke because my favorite song from that game is Zen. But, like, I would just sit there.
Is that
and
actually
your
favorite?
Yeah, that's my favorite song from F-Zero GX.
Yeah, the Aeropolis music.
I think so. I don't remember, but the one that I used, the one that I used for the Evo trailer one year, so that I actually at the end put that Evo song, Ayumi Hamasaki's Evo
Evolution.
song.
Yeah.
I played my own version of it on top of the Zen song because it actually fit. Oh man!
I actually found the jewel case to one of my old Ayumi CDs recently. I was like,
that's funny. But yeah, F-Zero. Oh gosh, it's like I said, the again, that heart player part of me, when I played F-Zero GX, I would just sit there and race, and it just, the speed, the graphics, the music, just like you could almost feel the wind when you were playing that game, and it was so tranquil.
I'm also going to point out that game, that is one of the only games I think does get, like, the game's already magnificent, of course, but I will say that if you are intoxicated on something, it changes everything, and it's kind of amazing.
Oh,
and that's
man.
all I'm going to say about that.
Okay. I have definitely never experienced that, but yeah. Oh, man.
That's a good time. But yeah, like, I think that is, like, the ultimate let you time travel back to being a little kid kind of game.
Yeah.
Like you know, like, I'm not much of the one of those, like, but you put the fucking GameCube controller and let me play some F-Zero, I turn into a 5-year-old and I'm like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and the other thing, too, is that's also one of the games that I've been most proud of, because I actually ended up beating story mode on hard, and if you remember, that shit was fucking ridiculous, dude. It was so hard to beat that, dude.
On my original save file, I did it all but 2 of them, I think, on very hard.
Okay. Yeah, I beat the whole thing on the hardest difficulty.
I never was able to do 1 or 2 of them on very hard, and then so I lost all my save data, and so when I played GX again a couple of years ago, I could barely get through normal. I was like, oh god. And this is after learning all the new tech that's been discovered about the game since.
Yeah, and you know what the craziest thing is, though? Every character had their own ending if you could beat the hardest race. I never did it. I could only beat it with one of the custom cars. Like, I could never beat the game without a custom car, dude. It was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely collected most of the endings.
Yeah, see, that I did not do. I never did that, so...
Yeah, because there were a couple of characters I really wanted to see their endings, and then, like, some of my buddies had some of the other endings, and I thought they were so fucking funny that I went and got them myself on principle.
Nice.
Some of the endings are kind of terrible, but some of the endings are amazing.
Yeah, I think I've watched them.
One of my favorites is, one of them is just a parody of another character's ending, and I just was just laughing the whole time.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think I watched them all on YouTube because I couldn't do it, and I was just
I'm gonna say, like, Nintendo in that era was a little spicy, and that's all I'm gonna say.
What's going on, everybody who's just kind of jumping in here? We're just waxing nostalgic about old Super Nintendo games at this point. I
mean, really, just all generations of gaming 1 through 5 at this point.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, no, GameCube era Nintendo was fucking spicy.
Yeah. And honestly, I legit think it was the best console from that era. Like, I really liked the GameCube, and it was graphic.
I'm going to like preface it. If you take fighting games out of the mix, free.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes, absolutely fair.
Free.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing is you lose, like, 2 RPGs.
Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm going to say?
And Shadow of the Colossus, technically.
Yeah, and you know what else I'm going to say? I know you've heard me say this, but fucking Pac-Man versus, dude.
That can't be right. No, that can't be right. 15 years since the last Metal Slug? I thought it was, like, closer to 10.
I couldn't tell you.
Was that really when, like, Double X and whatever 7 came out?
Damn. 2009.
Damn.
Time just goes, dude. What is time at this point?
Damn.
You know? But yeah.
Well, I mean, we're still waiting on Tactics, and okay. Also, in all fairness, that means a mainline Metal Slug, because we've had a bunch of side shit.
Okay.
Because we had the mobile games, which are really nice, but they're not mainline Metal Slugs.
I forgot, you've never actually played Pac-Man versus, right, Mike?
I have.
You have? Oh,
I have.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
No, Metal Slug Tactics, we never had a real release date, but we could just assume it's been delayed at this point, because we haven't heard anything.
It's like disappeared, dude. What? Like, we haven't heard anything about that game recently, so...
All I know is that it still does exist.
Oh, man.
It's not dead. It's just we're gonna have to wait a little while. Fuck, that reminds me. I think it's today, tomorrow, the System Shock remake comes out.
Whoa, okay. That is not that's not a franchise that I'm familiar with, so.
Well, I mean, it's a horror FPS. Why the fuck would you?
Oh, okay, there you go. You just said it. You could have just said FPS, and that's the only FPS franchise I've ever played.
Okay, so it's about a week off then? Alright, cool.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. I've played 2 FPS franchises now that I think about it. So, which was the Metroid Prime series, of course. And then I played...
I hesitate to call it an FPS, but...
Yeah, right, exactly.
It's first-person Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, but then the other...
Seriously, anyone think about it. Metroid Prime is just Ocarina of Time in first-person controls. Tell me that's not just Z targeting.
I mean, but at least you do have a jump button.
I mean, like, how often has Link ever had a jump button?
Yeah, I know, right? But Miyamoto did that on purpose. He did not want to turn Zelda into a platformer, so he didn't want to give Link a jump button. So,
which means Bionic Commando is still better than Link.
Bionic Commando's still the best. But can you guess what the second FPS franchise I've actually played is? It's not going to be that far off if you think about it. So,
I mean, there are still like 5 different things I could like totally logically guess. Like you probably got dragged into GoldenEye at some point.
Actually, never played GoldenEye.
You never got dragged into GoldenEye.
Never got dragged into GoldenEye.
I was also thinking maybe you got dragged into Halo for a little while.
No Halo either. So, I'll just tell you, Portal 1 and 2. Which, again, aren't really FPSs.
First-person puzzle game, yes.
Yep. Which did get me sick. Because Portal will do that to you.
Yeah. Yeah, because, like, I mean, again, like, I love Mirror's Edge, and part of me still hesitates to call that an FPS, and it's clearly an FPS.
Right,
and it's also clearly a game that you can't play.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Mirror's Edge was the game that I saw. I was like, I want to play this, but I know I will never be able to play this game, unfortunately. And in fact, they made a Mirror's Edge on the phone, and it was actually really good.
The like cannibal style game.
Yeah,
where you're always running right. Yeah.
Yeah, you just run and you swipe to do the jumps and the stuff like that. They actually did a pretty decent job with that. So. Oh yeah, when I finally get to the Tears of the Kingdom streams. Oh, what's up, Silent Scope? What's going on? What's going on?
You have no idea how depressed I am that I have not started playing Tears of the Kingdom yet.
Yeah, I haven't played it either, but I got destroyed by the Street Fighter beta, and I still can't play because I still got I've got so much fucking editing to do. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh my God.
I mean, right now it's just one of those like I can't really afford to buy 2 or 3 games. And it's like, let's be honest, I'm not gonna not buy Street Fighter 6.
I mean, I actually think you're gonna enjoy the game, but I mean, that's the thing is you don't.
Oh no, I'm convinced I'm going to have a blast with it, but it's just like it's gonna hurt not buying Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh no, I was about to say like I was saying you might enjoy going online and playing it, but you just don't like playing fighting games online in general, right?
I mean, in general, no, but I mean, it's not like I'm not gonna give it a fair shake.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm way more concerned with World Tour mode, and I'm way more concerned with building up bullshit to run a tournament in like September, probably.
Oh, the Battle Hub tournament. Yeah.
Custom Robokai homage tournament.
Oh man, what's up, David? What's going on?
Really, I would love to sit down with you and actually build up that, like, do an actual stream or YouTube video or whatever talking about the custom Robokai and that whole thing we discussed.
Yeah. We need to do that. I really want to do that. It's like I said, all we have to do is find a save file that I can load into my Steam.
I mean, I linked it to you. It to you.
Oh, where did you link it to me? I'll have to go find that. That again.
I'll resend it. I think I kept the tab open.
Okay.
But yeah,
like I said,
so just for everyone's thing here. So the create a character bullshit is reminiscent of custom Robokai. So I actually in like September, sometime after Evo, when everyone's calmed down on their competitive spirit from Evo, I want to actually do a tournament of custom character bullshit. I want to let people go nuts and have their fucking
Dude.
dolphin with Cammy's walk speed shit.
I don't even know if you need to wait that long because other people are gonna do it too. You know what I mean? So like, if you want to
but the
get
thing
in
is,
on,
I mean, I don't think so, because if you look at the World Tour mode, it's going to take people like a week or two just to unlock everything.
right. But I
And
mean,
this,
wait
and
until
then there's gonna be
September.
people who are going to be playing the game and not World Tour mode, so they can be
Right.
ready for Evo.
Yeah.
And fucking CEO for that matter.
Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose. But yeah.
So I mean, my hope is that I have enough time to just fucking hang out in World Tour and stream it and just laugh.
Yeah, dude. One
I
of
would love
one of my friends, you know, like I said, same video game lover, you know, like that. He actually tried the demo and he thought World Tour mode was awful, and I was like, what? It's like, how can you think that this thing is awful? So
There's not enough in that demo to think it's awful. There's enough in that
Right.
demo to be inspired with hope, maybe.
yeah,
But, like-
and to be fair, that Sony showcase, actually, I was surprised to see how much it looked like that was going on in that game. You know, how they had the cutscene with all the different characters and stuff like that.
I mean, don't
so-
forget, they've already announced that all of this season's DLC will be added to World Tour and get their
Right.
own sections like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Which is,
I
of
did-
course, going to inspire further bullshit come, February, when everyone then gets Akuma's air fireball on top of everything else.
I still haven't even played the demo World Tour because I just want to save it for when I actually play the actual game. So I just gotta wait. I'm just still sad that I can't make Maki as I want her to be right now. So I might just have to go and create something else instead, and not sure
See how
what to.
close
I
you can
mean,
get to Quistis.
what's that?
See how close you can get to Quistis.
I mean, honestly, to be honest with you, my ghetto jank Lucia is actually growing on me because I've seen her so goddamn much in the betas at this point. So, you know.
Shoutouts to Ghetto Jank.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, I know the
Pardon me,
demo's
I
very
need to grab a
short.
beverage real quick. Pardon me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I know that the demo was very, very short, but I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to save it all for one shot, basically. I just really wanted to wait. So, and yes, everybody's like, who was that? It's Rudra, the evil punk Dalsum. We've already seen clips of him.
Oh, Mr. Zaz.
Yeah, Mr. Zaz. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I said, I wanted to make Maki, but the hair shape options are not enough, and they just don't have the cool Soul Calibur random items you can put on people enough, you know, because when I made Maki in Soul Calibur, I was actually able to use like bird feathers for her hair and do all this other stuff to make it work. But
No, but I'm happy with the trade-off that we actually have the really cool hair color options.
the
so I
color
don't have
options
to build highlights
amazing.
myself.
Yeah, the color options amazing. But yeah, because the hardest thing, honestly, about the World Tour mode is that, especially when you're trying to recreate a female character, and you know, me and Mike will talk about this all day, is that they're all the same goddamn human being. The clothes are what make most of the women in video games, right? So like,
And anime.
what's that?
And anime.
Yeah, and
comic
anime.
books.
Yeah, so because they always have to start with the default outfit, you really can't do anything to make them look unique. So, oh, that's true. Mom and pop shops, we should. I mean, who would dare go to mom and pop shops for?
I mean, the thing is, though, is that, like, there are these really cool console pre-order exclusives, like those banners and stickers and stuff.
Yeah.
But then I also, fuck you guys, I want physical versions of my game.
Yes, exactly.
I will still, like, and it's been like 15 years since this practice started, I will never forgive these companies for basically giving you bonuses for not buying physical shit.
Right. Yeah, because you don't get it. I mean, there is the bonuses for buying physical shit, which is the statues and all that stuff, right? So.
Yeah, but that's also like 3 fucking times the price tag.
Yeah.
But I can't have like a fucking avatar sticker because I didn't buy it digitally. Fuck you.
Trying to see like the Street Fighter 6 Collector's Edition is $250. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, it is 2 pop-up parade statues.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice.
Yeah, see, the reason why I'm tempted is because one of the statues is Kimberly, right? And Kimberly's rad, so...
and Pop-Up Parade is the best bang-for-buck statue line right now.
Oh, really?
They really are.
Okay. Are they the ones that made that Chun-Li that you really like, too? The one that you saw in Japan?
The Chun-Li and the Cammy that I've shown you before?
Yeah.
The ones that are like yay big, and the original retail is like $30-$40.
Oh, maybe. I'm not sure. Okay.
Yeah, no. The one Chun-Li I really wanted that I showed you is like $300, and it's completely unrelated.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the Pop-Up Parade line is really nice. The original MSRP on them is like $30-$40. The problem is that they get pretty small print runs, and they just drop, which means that within a few weeks, they're like $60-$70 by resellers.
Right, of course. Okay. I'll have to see if I can hit up Capcom Connections and be like, hey, I'm in the game. Can you send me a copy of the collector's edition, please? Because what I would like to do is get a physical copy for the PS5 and then buy it digitally for the PC is what I want to do. That's kind of how I want to do it. So
yeah, I mean, that's one thing is it's nice is Kitty has a PS5 that I'm just going to borrow and just run out of that. Okay. Because my PC is not strong enough to run Street Fighter 6 at a reasonable pace.
God, did I call it Street Fighter 5 again? I did, didn't I?
You probably did. I think you did. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I keep calling everything Street Fighter 5 because it's going to take me a long time to get out of that.
You got like 8 years of practice.
Yeah, right?
Oh, the Pop-Up Parade Chun-Li, she's been out for a while. She's actually like out. She's been out for a while, so you're probably going to have to like fork over $70-$80 for her. I also kind of want the Cammy in that line, but and I'll just wait a while, then they're going to release... Oh, by the way, though...
Pop-Up Parade Cammy is the one that's kind of like turned looking over and her hair is like in the hook, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like really cute and kind of simplistic.
Yeah. It's actually one of the better Cammy figures that I've seen recently.
Again, Pop-Up Parade is a really good bang-for-buck line. I mean, I'd like to see SNK take advantage of it, too, instead of waiting around 9 fucking years for Kotobukiya to decide to release the next one.
For another 100
actually, while we were in Japan, we actually saw the Heroine's Terry figure.
Oh, okay.
It's still not out, by the way, but they had one at a Koto on display.
Oh, okay.
It looks really good in person.
Okay. Was it male Terry or female Terry?
Girl Terry. Heroine's girl Terry.
Okay, yeah.
What do you mean the new sculpt? Is there another Chun-Li that I'm not aware of? One?
From Pop-Up Parade?
I don't know. No, we didn't go to the one in Akiba. It was in Osaka.
Oh, there's another Chun-Li not from Pop-Up Parade. Do you know what?
Oh, one of those. Oh, by the way, though, so one of the things I wanted to talk about, the fucking, the new Pop Culture Shock line of the Street Fighter banner. Have you seen this fucking thing, James?
Say that again? I'm trying to see if I can find the Chun-Li sitting on the rock over here. So
it might be from this set. It's the new. You remember that old? Like, you remember the Street Fighter, like what, 15th or 20th anniversary arcade stick that came with the giant banner poster of like every character?
Which say that again? Sorry,
okay.
One more time.
It was like the 20th anniversary of Street Fighter, I think.
Yes.
They released that PDP arcade stick, and it came with this giant poster.
Yeah.
They're doing a statue of every character in that poster.
Are you serious? Wait, who is doing that?
Of their poses in that poster.
Who's doing that?
And I'm pretty sure it's Pop Culture Shock.
Dang, okay, that's impressive.
And so,
actually.
like Ryu and Dan just went up for pre-order. I think they're in sets of 2, but they're doing the entire banner.
Okay, this Chun-Li, I mean, are you guys talking about this one? I see a Street Fighter 5 Chun-Li that looks like this. It's standing on the ceiling over here. like standing on stuff. It's not sitting on a rock.
That might be it. I don't know. Lurker just linked it.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Oh, this one.
Well,
That's right.
Well,
this is the one. That's
the prototype one. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one that was advertised at Capcom Cup that me and Ringe kept saying that, if you wanted to give us one, that's what it was. That was the Capcom Cup one.
Yeah, I would want that as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that one's not even in final approval yet.
Yeah, that's the one at Capcom Cup where we were just like, we're prominent streamers.
Yeah. No, I mean, Max Factory will put out the pre-orders for it when it's ready, and it'll basically become very common knowledge, I'm sure. It's probably just not ready yet. Especially with, so, as a collector, dude, manufacturing and shipping is still absolutely fucked since the start of COVID. And
okay. Gotcha,
I mean, case in point, I still don't have my Storm Collectibles Blue Mary.
Oh, you got that.
That was supposed to come out in October. It's currently slated for June.
Jesus. Okay.
So yeah. So, anyways, the Street Fighter, I really hope they let me have more than one create a character. Because I really want to make a Genitz, and then when Rashid releases, give him all of Rashid's moves.
Oh, so he has the power of the wind, yeah. That'd be amazing, actually. Oh, man. But actually, you know what? I don't even know if you have to wait till Rashid releases, because there was definitely some footage of a world tour. Like, they were just showing a bunch of footage where one of the custom characters looked like he had Rashid's V-skill roll into kick already. So they might even just be there.
So that's actually the World Tour enemies have a roll mechanic if they wanted. It's a lot like Ken's old roll and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Also, Denzel, that fucking sucks.
Which one? Oh,
his
what?
Pre-order canceled.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I've ordered mine through Big Bad Toy Store, and I've already talked to them, and they said, like, it should still be coming, it's just delayed as fuck. Sorry, man.
Right.
Like, I literally, like, talked to him over the phone, like, the owner of the store.
Dang,
he's like, yeah.
Okay.
Because they're, like, the only official American distributor for Storm now.
Really? That's weird.
Big Bad Toy Store.
That's weird.
Yeah, because they don't even work directly with, like, Bluefin anymore or anything. So it seems.
It was delayed again because the boat was part of a collision in one of the Chinese ports. Yeah, I mean, one boat?
There's been no less than 2 or 3 major fiascos with Chinese manufacturing and shipping over the past few years.
And wasn't that one boat that got stuck in the canal during the pandemic? Like, that ruined, like, a lot of shit, right?
That one screwed up, I think, some of the automotive industry, some collectible stuff, and then a lot of food.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so we've had some of the shipping issues in general. We had another fiasco with, I don't remember if it was like paint or manufacturing materials that were not suitable, and so a lot of things had to be canceled and remade. And then with the pandemic itself, it slowed down and increased the costs of shipping internationally, plus all the regulations and safeguards having to change.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's been just a fucking mess.
God, it's so crazy how expensive all these dumb statues are. I gotta stop looking at them or I'm just gonna get depressed at this point.
As a collector, like, it's actually been getting pretty painful. Like, I'll see these statues on Twitter, I'm like, God, that's hot. I really want that. How much is it? Oh.
Yeah, I just looked at that the Chun-Li standing on the roof tile things. I think it was $949, man. God. Fuck, dude.
I have statues in my collection. I am so glad that I went into a little bit of debt at the time to get them and then just paid it off, because they're like 5 times that now.
Yeah.
We're talking 2009, I dropped 150 on a statue. I looked up what it's worth now. It's like minimum 600. That's like a $150 statue. And then now statues that were 150, 200 then are 400 plus. just like as a baseline. Like, oh, this cute 1/6 PVC, $400. Are you fucking kidding me?
God.
No, you have no idea. I actually, if I filled up every display case I have and filled my entertainment center, I would still have to keep stuff in storage. I have a lot of figures and statues.
Yeah,
Filling a detolf is not a problem. I actually have to figure out how to rearrange my Mirko shelf on my detolf because I'm going to have more shit of her showing up, and most of it's like keychains and shit. I have 3 figures of her. They don't take up that much space.
Whoops.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing. I'm still waiting for the other Mary statue I've pre-ordered, plus the Yamazaki. But at least I have like 8 months to wait for those, so I'll be fine.
God, that Yamazaki, that super sick Yamazaki, right? Ugh. Oh yeah, everybody does that, Rock Bogart. You either bring an extra suitcase or you just buy one when you're there. So,
I mean, we have done both. Actually, this trip we did both.
You brought an extra one, and then you bought another.
Yeah, our travel buddy brought an extra one, and then we still bought another duffel while we were out there.
Jesus. Oh, God.
We might have actually bought 2 duffel. No, we bought 1 duffel before we left. We bought 1 out there.
So, I mean, but that costs a lot to ship back home then, huh?
But not if you don't bring 2 suitcases.
Oh, right. I see what you're saying.
You get 2 suitcases. You get 2 checked, 1 carry-on, 1 personal item.
Right,
if you only check 1 suitcase, you can check 2 on the way back, no problem.
I've never seen this figure before. Where did
Which
this
one?
figure come from? This one here, this Cammy figure. Have you seen this one before?
That looks like a resin kit.
Oh, is it a resin kit? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
oh, yeah, it is. It is. It's a resin kit. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
that's an independent production.
Gotcha. Yeah, I hadn't ever seen that before. I was just like, what the heck?
There's a reason.
Yeah, it's not official.
I did not. I really don't invest that much into Samus stuff, especially modern Samus. As cool as the dread suit is, nah. Like, I don't like rewarding certain behaviors. I just to clarify my stance on the record, I fucking hate Zero Suit Samus.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's her Instagramification. And anything modern Samus where she's just like, how am I supposed to tell the difference between her and Sarah Bryant? Fuck that character.
And Nina and everybody else in every fucking game ever. Yeah. It's like back to that complaint that I was just having, that, you can't make women in these custom character creations without the costume, literally.
Yeah. Samus without her armor used to mean something. Now she's just hot blonde girl with a ponytail. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
Yeah.
There's nothing about her that's unique. And that's a huge travesty, and I will never forgive them for it. So anything of modern Samus outside of, like, an amiibo, I'm not buying it. But y'all want to make me a fucking 1-to-1 scale Metroid, I will buy that shit.
Like the Metroid?
Yeah. I love my Fang Jellies. I actually have almost every Metroid item that I've, like, ever seen. Like, in terms of, like, actual figurine of a Metroid. Yeah. I have every or almost every one that I've ever seen. Which really just means, like, 3.
Yeah, it's weird how poor gaming paraphernalia really is, It's just in terms of, like, variety and stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing, I mean, at the very least, give her Super Metroid stuff, or you could just bring her back to Classic Metroid and give her the weird green hair. I don't fucking care.
Dude, I mean...
Just generic blonde ponytail, like 50% of Instagram, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, that and the fact that, in those, like, those GBA...
Yes, I do have the Baby Metroid amiibo.
The GBA... Oh, there was a Baby Metroid amiibo?
It was pre-order, or it was a 2-pack box set for Samus Returns.
Right.
Which, while the game was shite, it came with a Samus in the classic like Game Boy cover pose.
Yeah,
and it came with the baby Metroid breaking out of the jar.
Okay. But yeah,
and that Amiibo 2-pack is worth more than the game is now.
Yeah, but I mean that we've talked about this before, but the GBA ending pictures of Samus, you know, where she had a very distinct face, where she had the kind of the larger nose, you know what I mean? Like the more prominent nose. And
oh yeah, like all the GBA art's fantastic.
Yeah.
Even with that being the origin of Zero Suit, like fusion with the little like orange like 2-piece.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, like the I don't know.
So
maybe
I do have the glow in the dark baby Metroid that's this big, that's approximately 1-to-1 scale. It's actually glow in the dark. It glows under a black light and everything. He's so cool.
I mean, I know.
If it's the one you're thinking of, it's by Jack Specific.
Okay. Jack Specific is the name of the company.
JAKKS. They do a lot of the current Nintendo licensed goods, and they're actually solid.
Okay.
They also are the ones that did the like Mega Buster, I think, and the Samus arm cannon.
Yeah. Okay. They do a lot of Mega Man stuff too, huh? Okay. They do a ton of wrestling.
Their Nintendo stuff is good.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, those old pictures, and you know what? I mean, I definitely have a thing for more prominent noses. Obviously, you could tell that, you know, how much I loved the Morrigan from the original anime, you know, and stuff like that.
It's also because it's a distinctive feature, and it's a little more like non-traditional stuff. And it's like, it's not whether you like it or not. It's the fact that it distances you from other fucking characters.
Yeah, and you know, Necropants, you know, jokes in there that blonde girls exist, but they don't all have to look exactly the goddamn same, right? So again, if you took Nina, Sarah, and Zero Suit Samus and literally took their models from their game and swapped their costumes, you would not know the difference.
Like, literally, you have to go out of your way to be like, oh wait, Samus has a mole right here.
Yeah, I mean, I always said it, like I said it on one of my own streams, you know, kind of like in the more kind of morbid way, but like literally if you just, I mean, I could say it in the less morbid way. If you took artwork of a bunch of women, dressed them up in normal clothes from video games, and then cropped out their heads, you wouldn't be able to tell who they are. Like, you literally just wouldn't be able to tell who they are, right? Like, that's like the worst.
Dude, on the other hand, though, like, there are people on Twitter that can draw Blue Mary and Android 18 next to each other in different costumes, and I can actually tell who is who. Fucking kudos to you, artists. Actually being able to make the two of those characters distinct from each other enough that I can tell which one's which. Fucking good shit.
Yeah, I mean, again, you take all of the male characters from Street Fighter outside of Ryu and Ken, and you crop off their head, and you can tell the difference between them just based off of, like, if you took away all tattoos and stuff like that and dressed them in the same clothes.
I would say most of them. Like, Shoto's and Guile are pretty fucking close.
Yeah, but Guile, you always know he's going to have the broader shoulders. You know what I mean? Like, you could even say that.
Depends on who the art director is.
Yeah, I guess that's true, too. I guess that's true. But, like, freaking, like, half the women, I swear to God, like, you cannot tell the difference between them, and it's very, very annoying.
Yeah, and again, the thing is, it's really tragic because it's really something that's gotten worse over time. Mm-hmm. Because even in ST, Chun and Cammy were pretty distinct from each other.
Dude, you know what? I mean, I'm gonna say this, and I can say it because I am Asian, but like all freaking Asian women look the same now, dude. I swear to God, when you see like the K-pop, the models, the actresses, and everything like that. I mean, I made that joke one time that my DMs are flooded by the Asian spam bots, right? And every one of them, their profile picture, they all look like the same goddamn human being, dude.
Well, I mean, they also have the additional problem that there are so many filter apps that give them like the bigger eyes and the narrower cheeks and shit like that, which then homogenizes them further.
Yeah, and they
then
don't
makes
even
it hard to differentiate from fucking AI art anyway.
And they don't even need to have the filters anyway, because Asia is like the highest plastic surgery, region
Yeah,
in the
and
world
so you've got this
right now.
multi-layering of they're
Yeah.
actually trying to be the same person.
Yeah, exactly. And it's frustrating. It's upsetting. You lose a lot of the uniqueness, out of a lot of it, to be honest with you. So
Which again loops us back to one thing that was fun about Japan, walking around Harajuku and seeing all the counterculture. And
yeah,
being a
yeah.
fucking metalhead, just locking eyes, smile and nod and walk by. Like, yes.
They treated plastic surgery like getting glasses in Korea. Yeah. It's really true. It's really true. It's cheap. It's cheap in Korea too because it's so prominent over there. So
Okay, in all fairness, Kim, Kyo, and Hanfu, in a lot of pictures, all look like the same person. Hanfu usually has a little bit more of a nose, and he has a stockier build, but it's not always conveyed.
yeah, to be fair, the more anime you get, the more the males do start to kind of blur together a lot of the time. So
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing actually to Iori's credit. He's always actually been relatively distinct.
yeah.
He's got like the thin frame, but the really broad shoulders and kind of big chest, and then really strong jawline.
I mean, honestly, again, Richmond Lee, Art Eater, who has a lot of good stuff out there. That is one of the best things about the artwork in KOF 13 was the game where they really, like, Andy is just like long and lanky, and then Terry is just like, "Bruh," you know what I mean? Like he looks like a trucker kind of guy, you know what I mean? The one that's at the biker bars, kind of situation. So yeah, teriyaki beef. Is that a thing? Cause I like that, dude. I like teriyaki beef, dude. Oh, I hear meowing. Hi.
Hello, Nathan.
Hi, Nathan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here like I love SNK, and I think SNK does better about it than most characters or most companies, but I'm not gonna sit here and say they're innocent.
Yeah, for sure. Very few companies are innocent at this point in time.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I will say though, like SNK has definitely been better about it than most. Like, even just like looking at like probably their first 5 female characters, I'd say there's at least 3 different women in there.
Yeah. I will say this. I would agree with you up until Street Fighter 6, because I really, really like what they've done with Street Fighter 6, because even Manon, who could have been so easily generic, is very, very distinct. You know what I mean? From a physical features kind of standpoint. So I'm really happy with what they did in Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, and I mean, even leaning further into it though, is like her facial structure is super, super unique.
Yeah, which actually drives me nuts when I see artists draw her and they homogenize her into the standard face. Like, I look at a lot of the Manon art out there, and when they do that, I get kind of frustrated,
Yeah, there are a few artists I see that tend to draw her more like the Morrigan art you like, which I feel is a happy medium.
Mm-hmm,
I think it's a happy medium.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of lore reasons for Shermie. But the most heavily implied one is that she actually has a very terrifying stare, and that like it actually just freaks people the fuck out.
Yeah. One day it's revealed that she has no eyeballs. No, I'm just kidding. It's actually kind of terrifying. Makes me think.
Well, I mean, that Orochi blood though. Like, I mean, it's one of those things, like, I actually wouldn't be surprised if she actually always has the snake eyes going on, and that's way too distinctive. That would be kind of a cool way to do it.
I don't know. Just picturing Shermie with eye sockets instead of actually eyeballs is terrifying, but then bringing it all the way back around to that Final Fantasy VIII ending picture with Squall with the giant hole in his head is terrifying.
I mean, the thing is that, like, let's imagine for a moment that Shermie actually doesn't have eyes. That means she's doing all that shit blind and operating on sound and smell.
Yeah, I know,
makes her
right?
scarier.
Well, see, again, she can't secretly be Medusa, because I don't know what it was probably Clash of the Titans' fault that they changed it so that when Medusa stares at you, her eyes glow and turns you to stone. Like, that was never supposed to be what Medusa is. Medusa's just supposed to be so ugly, you just turn to stone when you see her. Like, that was just it. She's just so hideous that you turn to stone. But now Medusa is, I have powers and I turn you to stone with eye beams, you know?
Well, I mean, the thing is, though, is that it works for a different reason, because it basically layers her like serpent scales to be similar to that of like a basilisk.
Yeah.
And makes it more of an ability.
Yeah, because Clash of the
like,
Titans...
It's not far-fetched.
Yeah, Clash of the Titans was one of the first real representations of Medusa in pop culture, and yeah, the Ray Harryhausen, God bless Ray Harryhausen, dude. There's just still something magical about the way his shit looks. But yeah, like
the
when
fucking skeletons,
dude, right? And when she turns and then her eyes glow and the guy's like, like, it's so crazy. I mean, they even said, like, look at her through your reflection. That was Clash of the Titans. You could fight her by seeing her through the reflections. The original way she was designed, that would still turn you to stone. But, you know, they changed it to direct line of vision, so it's all good.
Yeah. And then even Castlevania has boss fights with Medusa with fucking eye lasers.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And then you turn to stone, you gotta shake. And then you
get the 1 in 256 chance to turn into that sick fucking gargoyle.
Yeah, that's right. I completely forgot about that. Yes. Oh man. Yeah, see, like, oh man, I just looked it up and now I'm just like getting mad again. But like when you see like the GBA Samus endings, you know. Oh god, really? Do I have to scroll through all these pictures? Can this even be
actually, I hate to say it, but I will say Zero Mission actually has one of my favorite pictures of her.
Oh, yeah. But see how she has a very distinct face? They gave her this extremely long chin. You know what I mean? Like, it's...
I mean, not really. Actually, the center of her face is protruding a bit, too. It's a really weird angle.
Yeah, but it's definitely more distinct.
See if you can find one of the cutscenes from Zero Mission where she's looking at her ship, or when she's looking at the space pirates after being attacked. No, these are all endings. Those are all endings.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the scene after you beat Metroid 1 and the space pirates shoot you down and you start the Zero suit.
Oh, yeah.
There's a picture in there that I just absolutely adore. I think it's one of the more like distinct pictures of her.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no, I'm still like a Metroid 2 to Metroid 3. That is fucking Samus. And Zero Mission just fucked it all up forever. Like now, even the Prime game, she's in the Zero suit, and
right.
And then Other M happened.
And then Smash Brothers just solidified it all the way, right? Because
it was unavoidable.
Yeah, Smash Brothers Zero Suit Samus was... I mean, like I said, the thing that makes me the most mad is that her face in Smash Brothers is just so generic all of a sudden, and it makes me sad, so...
Yeah, I will say, at least Smash Ultimate did a little bit of upgrading of her in some regards.
Oh, really? Okay.
They helped her a little, but... Like, again, like, you'll have to forgive me, I get pretty fucking passionate about the Metroid series, because that's still, like, my favorite video game franchise.
Yeah, that's
especially, like, if you take all fighting games out of the equation, it's clearly the Metroid franchise.
Right. Would you say it's even more your favorite franchise even more than, like, SNK properties? Well, I guess that's if you remove the fighting games, then
if you remove fighting games, it's free.
Yeah.
If I can't remove fighting games, then, like... They're pretty neck and neck. It's one of those, like, it's hard to say because apples and oranges.
Right, yeah.
Because, like Metroidvanias are just... I just fucking love that genre and everything it can be. And most of the time doesn't actually live up to.
Right,
Which, again, like, Super Metroid did set some kind of unrealistic expectations. And I give everyone that point. Like, yeah, nothing can ever be Super Metroid ever again. We'll never, no matter what, we can't have that again.
I mean, going back to when Nintendo was making games on the Super Nintendo, holy shit. Even if I don't particularly personally like Link to the Past as much as a lot of the other Zelda games, like, you could recognize the amount of effort and just pure quality Link to the Past is, right?
Super Metroid was almost canceled, what, 2-3 times?
Was it really? Dang, okay.
It was almost canceled, and like, Gunpei Yokoi had to be like, look, just play what we have and tell me you want to cancel this. And the next day they're like, how much more time do you need? And it happened like 2 or 3 times, and eventually they finally got it out. And then what happened? It did not get the commercial success it deserved.
But its legacy now as one of the greatest video games of all time is still there. So, I mean, like, I mean,
and the thing is, again, Metroid and F-Zero only exist for the West now.
Yeah.
Japan doesn't fucking care about those franchises. That's why fucking Metroid 2 and Dread were made by fucking Mercury Steam. Japan doesn't want anything to do with it.
It's true. It's true. I mean, it's always made me sad that there was never a Super Nintendo Kid Icarus, because I was a big Kid Icarus fan at the time.
You know what? At least we got Super Punch-Out, though.
Yeah, it's true. Which I've strangely never played, even though I've played.
Game's fun as hell.
Yeah, I have it on... I think it's on the Switch. I think it's one of the games I can play on Switch right now. One day I wanted to sit down and just go through it, but, you know, I just never played it on the Super Nintendo. It was just one of those times, I think, you know, for me on the Super Nintendo, my games that I didn't play was just because I had to buy all my games myself out of my own allowance, and you know, I didn't get a lot of money.
A lot of those games back then I only played because like my friend had it or something like that. And so we do the whole like borrow trade. I'll let you borrow my Super Metroid and I'll borrow your Super Punch.
Yeah, trading games. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh man.
So I never really got into Advance Wars, which is extra funny because you having the handle of Olaf, my friends would love to give me shit about Advance Wars having a character named Olaf.
Okay.
But I never got into Advance Wars. But I'm glad that series is at least getting a second chance at life. Because being a tactics RPG in that era was actually hard.
Are they making a new Advance Wars all of a sudden?
Oh, they're remaking and re-releasing.
Oh shit, I didn't even know. Okay, well, I mean, I probably knew, but just didn't remember because, like I said, Advance Wars is not a game that I've ever played or had anything on the, you know, it's not on my radar, so.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like tactics RPGs, when they originally came out, were relegated to Final Fantasy Tactics, and if you're real lucky, Tactics Advance, maybe Disgaea, and then everything else you've never fucking heard of. That was it.
Another ignored Nintendo IP Punch-Out. That's a hard game to keep making more stuff for. They did make the Wii version of Punch-Out, but you could tell it had no budget, dude. That game definitely...
Yeah, and I mean, at least fucking Little Mac made it into Smash finally. So.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, like, I mean, I didn't even like Final Fantasy Tactics when it first came out. I had to use Disgaea as my gateway drug into Tactics RPGs, and then went back to Final Fantasy Tactics and liked it.
Yeah, that's a game that I've never actually played, and everyone gets mad at me about. I never played Final Fantasy Tactics, so...
So, as much as I would love to recommend it to you, because it's cool, and it's good, and has a lot of good things, and, like, historical, like, parallels and shit, because it's based on the War of the Roses.
Right.
It's a time investment.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And there are enough other games that you have way too much time that you need to invest in first.
Yes.
So...
Yes.
Like, if you ever do try to go into Final Fantasy Tactics, just go ahead and use a fucking strategy guide and play the PSP version.
Yeah, I've always heard the PSP version is the right one. Although some people have told me that the mobile versions are actually pretty good, too.
I mean, aren't they just, like, the PSP versions, but just made easier to get to?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So Tactics Advance is an entirely different-ass game. So, like, that's just the thing. Like, most people who like the original Tactics don't like Tactics Advance. They're completely unrelated.
Final Fantasy? Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
They're completely unrelated in most ways. And fucking Tactics Advance has a really weird judge system that drove a lot of people up the fucking wall.
Okay.
That's the whole thing.
That's cool though, but I mean, it's good that you can you can speak to that, so you've got the experience.
But yeah, I fucking love Disgaea. I definitely own La Pucelle Tactics, and that game is actually pretty fucking brutal. I have worked on a tactic RPG, and I regret every bit of it. No, I take it back. There was one character that I really liked, but because it's an obscure and shitty game, that character never gets fan art.
Oh, of course, right. Okay.
I'm sorry, not even just fan art. It's hard to find the official art for this fucking character. Nobody cares about that franchise.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So, shit happens.
Oh, I think we've been going on for quite some time here.
It's kind of nice to just rant and gush sometimes.
Yeah, I know, right? It kind of feels good to be able to do that sometimes, but yeah.
Yeah, and this way we don't feel like we left Kitty out of anything, other than oh boy, the marquee stuff was really fucking cool.
Right. We just got to do our old man yells at clouds kind of thing, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, I still have shit that I promised to unbox on the stream so that everyone can see it, and I haven't actually gotten to do that yet. But I'm waiting for Kitty to be around for it because she wants to see it too.
Yeah, for sure.
And we did promise last week that we would read through the Sylvie story stuff, but because without Kitty, we're not going to do that. So we will try to get to that next week.
Okay.
Because I want to go through Sylvie's story. I still haven't even read it myself. I don't know what to get into other than boy, Shermie.
Really? Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Shit.
Interesting.
And hopefully I'll feel better next week. It'll be great.
But you are feeling mostly better now, right? So
I am significantly less terrible.
Because you only coughed like once during this whole entire time. It feels like three times. Okay.
And I don't sound like Stephen Bloom anymore, so I'm definitely getting there. Still got some congestion, but I'll live.
Okay.
But yeah, like if all goes well, I will be good to go by next Wednesday. But there's a lot of other factors in play at fucking real life as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're tracking.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess now is a good time to call it. So we just need to think about what to exit on. And I think there's really only one suitable choice to exit on.
Okay, yeah, because someone is hungry too over here. So you know.
Optimus Prime?
No. Actually, Optimus Prime's probably hungry too. So I need some Energon. All right.
Cybertron, our home.
Oh man. Okay.
Roll out. Anyways,
what are you saying we close out on?
That SimCity song.
Oh, did you want me to just play it again? All right, play the piano version again.
Yeah, and give the guy like a credit, maybe like a link in the YouTube. So this is the song we use. So go give him a follow, show him some love, whatever. SimCity music.
Capital.
This has just been a random fuck up. Oh wait, I actually do have one more thing to say. Correct me if I'm wrong, James. This is episode 96?
This is episode 96, yes.
I really wish I had kind of saved some Genet's shit for this, because he debuted in 96. It would have been funny.
Oh, God. Dude, you're right. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, once we got to like episode 94 and stuff, we definitely should have had some It All Began in 94, you know, kind of things.
But next week will be 97, which means we definitely need to have some sort of Orochi bullshit jokes.
Okay.
And I think for the following week, it'll be episode 98. We should try to get Laban to come in and at least say hi over the phone.
On episode 98? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah,
sure.
I'll reach out to him and be like, hey, we're about to have episode 98 in a couple of weeks. Can you call in just to say hi?
Let's do it. That's hilarious. But all right then. Thanks everybody for tuning in, just hanging out with us, listening to us ramble. Let us know if you enjoy our rambling, and maybe we'll just do this more often, you know, on a side thing, on a side project. So
just have Jack come in and just be like, hey, topic, bah.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. So all right, cool. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Peace out. Have a good night. And I will switch over to where is he? Where is Kyo? Why can't I find... Oh, there he is. There he is. There we go. Okay. Thanks, guys. Peace out and take care.